Good evening, everyone, and welcome. I'll just make myself bigger there. And welcome to the Irish column for the last day of November. Wow, this month has gone. This year has nearly gone. We've only another 25 days to Christmas. And we're going to welcome up Martin Murphy. Good evening, Martin. How are you this evening?
Hey, Paul, how are you keeping?
Good, yeah. Everything's good, yeah. You see, I'm back in the old house there. I moved back in, yeah. I got custody.
I'm on my mobile, so I'm broadcasting from the People's Republic of Cork. So if
Oh,
I have any
lovely.
sound glitches or anything like that, you know what the issue is. I forgot my bloody laptop. I meant to throw it in the car and I forgot about it. So
Oh, sure, it's always the way. But that yoke worked for you last week. The thing worked, didn't it? So one of them worked. So the thing I
yeah,
gave you.
yeah. Oh no, yeah, I have to give you back one of them. I haven't figured out which one is which yet.
Yeah, it's all right. Don't worry about it. Hit the X in the right corner of your screen and hit the button like button respectfully. Then hit the live chat. You won't miss a word. Yeah, thanks, Richard. Remember to keep all comments respectful and clean. We will indeed. Hi there, Paul. How are you, Vincent? How's things, mate? Looking forward to the chat talk tonight. May the Heavenly Father and heaven, God and Jesus Christ Almighty be with us all. Yes, and please do. We have a friend in hospital, so we said we'd say a prayer for her. So please, God, everything goes well. Amen. Yeah, share this out everywhere. Good evening from Manchester. Good evening, Michael. How are you? Sinn Féin is the party of Islam. Yes, it is.
Yep.
But I'm with the Muslims and the Muslim Brotherhood and the whatever else. I mean, you know the usual shite you hear. I'm slating Muslims here every bleeding night, like, you know what I mean? And I'm with them, like, you know, of course.
You're still looking for their votes, though.
Yeah, I'm still looking for their votes. Yeah, Michelle Keane and like that was crazy. I'm gonna have to look for see can I get them full recordings, like, you know what I mean? I really do, because yeah, it was crazy. Like I'll tell you exactly what happened, right? I came up on Phil, okay, and Phil walked up on me. He was doing a live stream, I was doing a live stream, right?
Yeah.
And I just walked up. I said, "Oh, your video, me videoing you," and a bit of a laugh and a joke. And he just asked me how canvassing was going out and thing and the whole lot and what it's all about. And I said to him, I said, "I'm out canvassing out there." I said, "And even the Muslims out there are giving out about the immigration coming in, the illegal migrants, you know." And that's what was said, you know what I mean? But it was like, and we stitched it together and get a grip, lads, will you? And then they tried to make up stupid WhatsApp messages that the day of a Liverpool match that I was texting Mohammed, oh, my brother Mohammed, and I'm giving it all of this shit, you know, my brother, I love you, brother, I'm Muslims. Lads, come on, try better, you know.
Where did they get the time to do this stuff? Like, fuck's sake.
Stop. I have to say that the WhatsApps were quite cool, like, you know what I mean? It looked the part, like, you know what I mean? Only if I knew I didn't fucking send them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, some dopes out there, but look, I suppose the other thing as well is that was back in the Irish Freedom Party days, and that was that was centrist politics. IFP was centrist politics. They wanted, they didn't want anything hardcore, so to speak, and we moved away from that. So, but at the time, it wasn't right wing nationalism. Like IFP want to be a centrist party. Look, the talking points were different, and the policies weren't ours. So we learn from our mistake, so to speak.
Exactly. Now the policies are ours. Hello from Balbriggan. How are you doing, Martin? How's things, buddy? Can't get much crazier in Ireland at the moment, and it has gone really crazy, lads. It really has. Hello, Paul. Hello, Paul and Martin. How are you, Drew? How's things? I got them pictures, mate. Deadly pictures. Fair play to you, a gentleman. And you never fail with good pictures. What?
I'll tell you what, Paul, thanks to those, Drew, there's one of those definitely going on an election leaflet. There's one picture there with your head kind of the flag in the backdrop.
In between the tricolour. Yeah, it looks good, doesn't it? Yeah.
Good picture. Yeah, it's gone on the election leaflet. With your permission, Drew, of course.
Yeah. How are you, Paul? How's everyone doing? Chris, how are you doing, Chris Bourne? How are you, mate? Quickest year in history. Yes, lads, I'm telling you, this year has gone. Like, I don't know. Since April, like, it's just gone. Seriously, like, you know. Hi, Paul and Martin and everyone. How are you, Floppy Jan? Floppy Jan. I didn't know the AI was saving all out comments, pictures, and full profile of use all in these day centers. What the fuck is it all about? I didn't know I was saving all that comments, pictures.
Yeah, everything saved. Everything. They brought that in. Helen McEntee brought that in about 2 years ago. Every single bit of information that's transmitted in Ireland is saved. They can access every single bit of
it. Yeah. It's mad, isn't it? You know, shit, lads, like anyone that has one of them, if you're on the social welfare or anything like that, you have to have one of these government gov ID things. You know what I mean? These little yellow or these orange. I have one here somewhere. I don't know where it is, but that's all facial recognition. I read up. I said, I'm not bleeding. I'm not getting this. I don't want facial recognition. He said, do you want to be paid? That was his words to me. Do you want to be paid? And I just said, okay, fair enough. And yeah, like that was it. Everyone is going through the same shit, like, you know what I mean? Good evening and bless you all, brothers and sisters. Good evening. How are you all? Yeah, good. Good evening, all. Hello from Clonmel. Hello, Lily. How are you? Good evening, Christine. How are you?
Hey, Christine.
All right, everyone. You knew it. You knew it. All right, everyone. I'm good. We'll have to keep an eye out for any imposters here in the chat because I'll have to do it because you can't do it tonight, Martin.
I don't have access to it tonight, unfortunately.
Martin Ellis, yeah, good win for Liverpool, Paul. It was a great win for Liverpool. I have to say, we held on well. You know what I mean? But I think we were always in control of the game. You know what I mean? But your man Bowen is dangerous all the time. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, Martin doesn't like talking about roundy football. He's a rugger man, you know. Yeah, never take your eyes off the real target. The Jewish community are living in fear. Is this over this park shite or something like this, lads? Like,
I just look. I don't care if it's not. Yeah, if it's not Irish, it's actually. I'll tell you funny one. The reason I had to turn off the camera there is I'm actually not wearing any trousers. It's absolutely fucking melting inside this room. I just had to turn off the heater there. I could hear it crackling behind me. It's so fucking warm. So I don't think the world is ready for me and me boxing on the show. But yeah, in relation to that Jewish part, look, do you know what? I don't care. I have more important things to be worrying about, which is the plight of my people.
Another distraction, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't want Jews in the country. I don't want Muslims in the country. I don't want Hindus in the country. I don't want anyone else in the country until the Irish people, we can sort our own stuff out. Simple as that. So I don't care about your stupid park. I don't care about anything that does not relate directly to the plight of the Irish people right now.
Well, I'm just going to share this screen here. I want to talk about this for a minute. This is our own. This is on BBC One the other day. Or BBC News. Why isn't that shared? Hold on. That's why. Okay. Sick. I didn't know AI saving all my comments and everything I say online. They save it to your profile and the data centers here. What the fuck is that all about? I didn't consent to that. You did consent to it when you hit the agree button. Yeah. But a lot of these apps, when you once you start using them, if you don't consent, you don't use them. Simple as. It's like when if you don't want to get paid, don't get your picture taken. Simple as, you know what I mean? So that's how they do it. I've sent Paul loads of images. I've sent you loads of images tonight, Paul. I will have a look there now. Let me just throw that screen over here then, and let me see who has sent me loads of stuff. Oh, wow. You really have. Jesus Christ. How will I get through all of this? Jewish Zionists. Fourth one, Jewish Zionists. Boom. Dead. Oh, stop. Okay. We'll talk about that in a while, Dick. Okay, significant number of asylum seekers in Ireland coming from Northern Ireland. This is coming from the man himself. New plans to reduce asylum seekers reports have been brought forward by Justice Minister Jim O'Callaghan. About 87% of people seeking international protection in the Republic of Ireland have come from across the border with Northern Ireland, according to Irish Justice Minister. Jim O'Callaghan said this data has been provided to him by officials in the Irish Department of Justice. Like, we've been saying this for the last 2.5 years. Like, is he for real? Like, seriously? Like,
It means that more than likely what's happening is it's actually probably nothing to do with us and stuff like that. You know, it's they probably realised that they're running out of money and that the European money is drying up. And if they don't, if Europe doesn't get its war with Russia, there's big economic trouble on the horizon. So they'll soften their tack a little bit and they'll pull back, and there'll be a couple of deportations and there'll be a few people turned away and dead. But it's all just talking point. Nothing is going to change. The 90% of the damage is already done anyway. So it's the only conversation we should be having now is about re-immigration and looking at the visa system to get as many of
get them out.
Get but the people who've come here, so-called legally. We need to get all those visas revoked and get the huge Indian population that has sprung up pretty much overnight out of the country.
Who is property? The other guy in the intro photo? Is it Dr. McCullough? Is it Dr. Peter McCullough? I'd say in the intro photo or the video. Who's the other guy in the intro? I don't know what you mean. Hello from Kells. Hello. How are you? We'll just read this. The comments came as the Irish government backs plans to reduce asylum seeker supports at a meeting of senior ministers on Wednesday. These include charges of accommodation for asylum seekers with jobs, tighter family reunification rules, and lengthening the time needed to apply for citizenship. Like, why should... Listen, you're over here working. You don't have to bring your family over here. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? We can house you or we can look after you. You're one person. But when you start bringing in 6 and 7 people, like, no, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Martin, you can use any photos you want. There you go, Drew. Just said that. Thank
you.
O'Callaghan said that if people are not applying for asylum at the airport, the strong likelihood is that they are applying after coming over the border. The Justice Minister also said a very significant number of applicants for international protection have come to the UK, which, as we know, is a safe country, but may have also come from another European country prior to that. The figures for that are approximately 87% or so. A two-way issue. The Minister said he does not want to send back asylum seekers to the UK. Why not? That's where they came from. That's where they should go back to. I'm sorry. It's a safe country. You know? That's what it states in the Dublin 3 Treaty. You go back to the country you came from, and there you go. UK is the country they came from. So, lads, off you go on your bike. Cheerio. The Minister said, okay, it's a two-way issue. It's not just an issue that affects Ireland, it affects the UK as well. Well, why are we taking them in once they come across the bridge? The lads over there are doing great work over in France. Did you see it? Some French guys are cutting boats and they're just finding them. It's great. It's brilliant, you know? Yeah. But O'Callaghan said before the COVID pandemic, there were about 3,000 to 4,000 asylum seekers coming into the Republic per year. However, this increased to more than 18,500 per year, yeah? Across 3 years, 45,000 people applied for asylum. My view is that is too high, he said. Yes. Right around the same time as Biden took office and everything else, like, you know what I mean? And it was migrants all around the world. You know? It'd make you think if this was planned, like, you know what I mean, wouldn't it?
There's no thought about it. It is planned. It is coordinated.
I know.
Look, we know the rest of the population is slowly but surely waking up. But I reckon it's due the government is in trouble financially, and I think that's where they're backtracking on the asylum issue. But let's just say, for instance, that the current government actually just went and did what America has done and just basically said, right, we're closing the borders to all third world countries and we're doing mass deportations. Let's just say they did that in the morning. They're still not off the hook. The asylum scam and the immigration scam is only one tiny part of the crap that they've put us through. You can go back to COVID, you can go back to mismanagement of public finances, mismanagement, the amount of scandals that have been through, the amount of conflicts of interest that politicians have, etc., etc., etc. These people, no matter what they do, are not getting off the hook. No matter what they say, no matter what they do, they're not getting off the hook. They're all accountable. Every single TD sitting in that door is accountable for the harm that they've put on people.
Yeah, Chris just sent me a thing there. Did you see this? The statue.
Smashed to bits, yeah.
Yeah, dirty animals.
Start of it. That's
This
the
is
start of
the
it.
Noel.
They were doing this in France fucking 10, 15 years ago.
They're doing it in the UK as well. You know. I'm just gonna play this and we come back.
Oh my God!
This land has whispered prayers of the Gaels for 1,000 years. Our heritage, our faith, and our Ireland are under siege. Be part of something that will protect our Celtic soul from erasure. Join our brand new gold membership today by clicking the link in our bio. We must protect and reclaim it for God, for Era, and for our children who will pray here tomorrow. Erin Gobra.
No, I give Noel a plug. Don't mind giving Noel a plug.
No,
To be honest
absolutely.
with you, we're all in this
He does
together.
great work. Yeah, he does fantastic work.
Yeah, but that was Sheriff Street. That was, I think that's Lawrence O'Toole's church in Sheriff Street. Like, as far as I know, I think that's the name of the church down there. But this is how it happens, guys. I put up a picture last year. It could have been early this year at a grotto in Clonee where they had fuck Jesus, fuck Mary, all this, profanities around it. You know what I mean? I took pictures of it, and then I got shit to start cleaning it and the whole lot. You know what I mean? I didn't do a great job, but the council came the next day and done it. But it's. What's your take on it, Martin? Like, there's been in the last something like 12 years, I think there's been 150 churches burned in the UK. 150 churches.
If it was our own indigenous yobs that did that, find out who they are and give them a hide. That's the need. If it was our non-indigenous enemies who are coming to destroy us, in their own words, they need something more severe than that. They need to be removed from the island permanently.
Yes, yeah, permanently. Like, removed, like, gone. Cheerio.
I'm very careful with my words, but
So am I.
Removed from the island.
What's up, lads? Good to hear some normality and straight talk. Keep it going. Cheers. Thank
you. Yeah, but expect more of it. Expect more church fires. Expect more vandalism. Of did you see the Muslims at the Christmas festival in Germany?
Yeah.
They did. That we as a people cannot allow that to happen here ever. They need to be bet. If they interrupt in any of our Christian activities, they need to be bet off the streets, and I mean that, bet off the streets. These people, the Islamists, the jihadists, the dangerous ones, they need to be afraid walking the streets. If you know of people who are, they're not good people, and they're Islamic, and they're planning, or they're intimidating, or they're doing anything, just get a group of people together and deal with it in your community. Get a group of men together and deal with it.
Yeah.
These people are animals, and they only understand one thing. So every single community, get your men together, get it sorted.
You'll see what happens. Listen, mark my words, what's going to happen here. First, you'll get one or two families moving in, and they will ruin the whole estate. And the indigenous Irish people will move out of that estate and try and sell the houses for 100 or 200 grand less than what they're worth, just to get out of there, because their lives are hell. And then there's more of these Muslims come in, and they take over that house, and then they cause more shit, and then everybody moves out of the estate, and then they bring in Sharia law into that estate when it's full of Muslims. That's what's going to happen, people. It's happened in the UK. We've seen it. So, listen, you need to sort this out. This needs to be sorted out now. You know what I mean? Yeah, they all need to go. I'm sorry, there's too many here. There's way too many here. Christine Walsh, I remember my grandson saying, as we were queuing to get on a flight to the US, what would happen if I said I didn't want my picture taken? I said, if you want to get on the flight, you'll keep stum. It's true, but it's true. Yeah, thanks, Martin, for letting us know about your lack of trousers. Floppy Jan. Stop.
Hey, look, we're the party of honesty.
Yeah. Steady Eddie, the apparent opposition between Zionistic Zionistic and liberal Jews is nothing but a sham, for they are both halves of the same whole. Yeah.
The Jewish influence in the world is a massive, massive problem. The Jewish influence in Ireland is a massive, massive, massive problem. It needs to be addressed. There's no point in hiding from it or tiptoeing around it. It needs to be addressed. There should be no foreign influence. There should be no Jewish influence, Islamic influence, European influence, Hindu influence, or any other influence in this country. The only people who should decide the fate of this country are the people, the Irish indigenous people living here. Full stop. That's it. Everybody else, if you're here, I suggest you stay quiet. And go about your business and contribute to society, because it's inevitable that the country is going to, it might take 5 years, might take 10 years, might take longer. The country will swing right. We are at the collapse of the EU. This is what's happening. Most European countries are going to swing right. Those who have been acting brave and talking, and you see all the blacks with their waving the passports going, it's our island now and you're never getting it back. You people are fucked. Because the internet never goes away. There'll be lists compiled and you people will be put on a plane and sent back to whatever shithole you came from.
There, Martina Ward, have you seen the footage of the Garda recruiting in the mosque and telling them outright, you don't need to worry about speaking Irish, we've dropped that, and saying we need you? Sickening and shocking. We actually, I think, broke that 2 years ago. I think on the show we showed that video and spoke about that, and people were appalled. But it's still happening. Like, you know what I mean? This is what they're doing, lads. They're going in and recruiting these, because I'm going to be honest with you, there is some good lads in the Guard still. You know what I mean? I'm sure of that. Like, you know what I mean? But they're dwindling.
There's a great guard working in the cybersecurity section. Absolutely fantastic man. I think he's been done for threatening Simon Harris. That's a good guard.
Yes, that's him. Yeah, I have it there. I think. Have we? Let me just. I did have it there. No. That one is it? Yeah, Just let me see there. Was that the one that? No, not that one. Sorry, no, I'll pull that one up now in a minute. But the City West riots, have you seen that one? That they were not led by the far right. Have you seen that one?
Yep.
Now, you know.
So who instigated it? If it wasn't the big bad far right, agent provocateurs.
Yeah, of course it was. You know exactly who it was. Should we called it on the night? Should I said it walking by the Garda van?
Yeah.
Like the Garda, come on, listen, agent provocateurs as well. Like, I get that, but like, to leave a brand new Garda van there, knowing what was going to happen, well, then that's on them as well. I'm sorry, you know what I mean? No, it's not just agent provocateurs. This is going deep. You know what I mean? The same way as the so-called riots in town, the way they left a tram in the middle of O'Connell Street and a bus in the middle of O'Connell Street and 4 squad cars strategically placed where they knew people would be. Come on, lads. The people aren't buying this anymore. Like, you know what I mean? If that was a picture, you wouldn't even believe it. Like, you know what I mean? It was a movie. You know what I mean? Come on. It just beggars belief. Like, you know what I mean? Lads in UK gone to France and destroying the boats. They are not being trafficked by smugglers, but by our governments. Yeah, these lads are finding these things are buried in the dunes. And these guys come in at night, dig them out, take out the boat, inflate the boat, and then there's a big motor, a big fuck off motor, like, you know what I mean? Like Crockett and Tubbs, like, you know what I mean? Miami Vice sort of job thing on the back of it, you know? Wow. Teresa, did you see the foreigners that gang raped the girl in Tyrone and are having the court case delayed because they can't find translators, even though the men can speak English? This is what they do. This is it. Chris Bourne, I saw that about the boats in Calais, but I think it's lefties doing it as part of another smear campaign to blame the magic and mystery far away, far right. It's not. I'm not saying I know, but I've spoke to somebody there. You know what I mean? And it's it is.
Most of the governments in Europe are complicit in this people smuggling. You know what I mean? It's by design. The EU dictates for this to happen, and UN dictates for this to happen. It's being allowed. It's being facilitated. These people are being trafficked from across the Mediterranean into Italy and Greece, all the way up through Europe, up to France, into England, and then over here. We're the last stop on the illegal immigration railroad, and people need to realize, because we're the last stop, we're getting the worst of the worst, because all the other countries move on shitbags, and Ireland is their last stop. We were in serious trouble. These people outnumber our guards and army combined. You know, we're in big trouble, people.
Of course we are. Maura Fahy, how are you, Maura? Watch Pluribus. It's all in the man-made virus, chemtrails, and the whole plan is there. Apple TV.
It's a new, new TV show. Yeah. So somebody put that in one of the Shindy groups.
Someone did they? Yeah,
I think so. Yeah. I might have looked at it like a time.
We have the best social welfare in the EU. That's why they're coming in here. No social welfare, no illegal immigration. I agree.
Over the milk. That's the policy.
Yeah, the regime must go only way out of this. Yes. It's a UN army built on our shores. Well, if it's done on our shores, it's been done all around Europe then.
Yep.
Yeah, well said, Martin. Only came across Niall's account a few hours ago. Shit, Jesus, Niall's been on the show and everything, but Jesus, come on, Chris, get with the program, mate. They cut off the head of Our Lady statue at Rosslare years ago. I remember them doing that. Yeah, they did, yeah. You knew it. At the end of the day, Lord Sutherland proclaimed that in order to undermine national sovereignty, flood the former national states of Europe with migrants from everywhere. At the end of it, Lord Sutherland proclaimed that in order to undermine national sovereignty, bring them in from everywhere.
That's how you break down nation states. You dilute the population and you make people care. I'll tell you an interesting one, because it's not just about immigration. They're doing other things there's other things being flooded into the market to break the will of the people. The drugs crisis, and I go on about it quite a bit, but the drugs crisis is fucking out of hand. But again, that is designed to weaken the minds of men. You know what I mean? That people are just too lazy and too happy in their life to actually get up and fight for anything, because all they're thinking about is their fucking pints and their bump at the weekend. So as well as the country being flooded by people, the country is also being flooded by drugs. We're knocking around a long time, Paul, you know, and I've never seen such drug use, public drug use, in my entire lifetime. And like I said, you'd always say, look, there was heroin in the 80s, 90s in Dublin, and there's always been a drugs problem in Dublin. But the fact, like Clonmel, they're shooting up in broad daylight in the streets in Clonmel. I was out in a very, very rural pub last night, and guy just randomly said, I was in the Jackson, do you want a bump of that? I mean, I'm just completely out, working man, was working Saturday. I was fucking in for a few pints after work, and he was banging the coke into himself, left, right, and centre. He got a bit of a shock when I said no. And I spoke to some people about this, and they said to me that, well, I'm the abnormal one.
Yeah,
because I'm not. There's so many people on it now that if you're not taking it, you're the abnormal one.
I
don't know. There's a lot more work to be done other than just dealing with the immigration issue in the country. We've got some serious social harms that need to be addressed and need to be dealt with.
Janine McGuinness, keep your faith. It's going to be the biggest revival ever. We are witnessing prophecy. I hope so. I really do hope so. Yeah, Martin. Yeah, Martin can't smell the liffey for the weed. Yeah.
The weed use is just it's so habitual now that it's fucking people don't even hide it anymore. They're just walking around with fucking joints in their mouth. I don't have a huge problem with weed. I have a problem with people profiteering from sale of drugs. I would like to bring in what's called the grow your own policy. I'm working on it at the minute. Whereas if it grows naturally in the ground, then God meant you to have it. So basically, you can grow your own. You can't profit around. You want to invite a few friends around, smoke a joint, fine, no problem. You cannot make money off it. I want a country where you cannot make money off any sort of drugs. Pharmaceuticals also.
Jeez, what was that? Yeah, Matt, you can't smell it. Yeah, I agree with you, Matt, on that. Clonmel absolutely fucked where drug use is concerned. Yeah, listen, everyone is the same. Did you see the video of Clonmel last week with the drug taking?
Yeah. That's the main guard. Like that's right at the top of the top of the main street in Clonmel. It's like it's so public. It's not out of the way or anything like that. It's smack bang in the middle of the junction there, so cars would be stopped. To like kids be crossing there and stuff like that. It's out of control.
It's the same in Dublin, Martin. It's the same in Dublin. The nativity scene on Collins Street is a disgrace. No Joseph and no baby Jesus. The glass filthy and scratched. We were only talking about this the other night as well. Look at the phone repair shops as well. The majority of them are full of scammers. There's one down in Greystones, County Wicklow, called Dan the Phone, and there's nothing but it's nothing but a scam. Yeah, listen, I agree with you. They're cropping up everywhere. Like one woman did. I seen a video yesterday from a woman where it was where was it? I forget the name of the town, but it could have been up in Donegal or somewhere like that. And the population of 2,000, and there was six chippers like in the town. Like there was a Julio's and there was one kebab place. The woman said there's nobody ever in it. Nobody does be in it. You know what I mean? So she said it's just a scam. You know what I mean? The other one, there's hardly any in it as well. You know what I mean? She doesn't know how to keep their head above water. And if the Chinese is busy and the Indian can be busy, the reason being there's Chinese and Indians that are taking over all the fucking houses in the area. That's why. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I don't know.
Martina, what get me is that these people truly believe that the government care about them. In what world does a government being in thousands and thousands while its own people are left with nothing? I agree with you, Martina. It's these people are so out of touch with working class Ireland. Like it's despicable to think that they're so out of touch. Like somebody put up a post yesterday of where the guy was sleeping in Dublin, and someone said, let one of them go out and sleep, Harris or him, sleep in that for an hour or two, and let's see what they think of the homeless in Ireland. Like, seriously, the homeless crisis has got worse and worse and worse in this country over the last 5 years. Worse. And you can't keep, it's a supply and demand here. Like, you can't keep housing the world and leaving your own on the street. You're not going to be able to look after your own if you keep housing the third world. You know what I mean? So, close the borders, stop it. That's it. End the story. I'm at getting Chris, stand outside the doors just to protest, isn't that saying? Yeah. Has anyone stopped buying at in any of the shops the way we were talking about it the other day? Remember what we were talking about last week?
I don't spend money in any business, but I've become very frugal since I changed my lifestyle, and I get me fuel and fags and bits and bobs in a local shop I pass on the way home from work. Outside of that, I don't spend. There's an Irish woman that cuts my hair, and I don't buy clothes. Nobody gets money from me, and especially not any foreign-owned business. I won't step inside the door.
Mr. Air there saying Irish in wet sleeping bags in freezing rain and wind. Yeah, it's disgusting. Like, you know what I mean? It really is. And I have to. Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Because they've proven they can house people quite easily. You know what I mean? So all these immigrants coming in, right? Why wasn't that done for the homeless people? Why can't you? Why didn't the government ever buy up hotels as women's refuges, refuge? You know what I mean? Or why didn't they buy up a hotel for men who are down in the luck? You know what I mean? Where they can go in and get a shower, get some clean clothes, and fucking try and why aren't there systems put in place to get people off the streets and get them back into society? You know what I mean? A bit of education. A few fucking programs maybe to, if the drink or drug problems, help them get those issues sorted, and maybe get them back into the workforce in some sort of way, or even on some sort of scheme or program where they can actually go and help other people on the streets. All of this is doable. It's achievable. There's money there to do it. You just take it off the fucking rainbow crowd, and you'll have all the money in the world to do programs like this. But there's no will, because it suits the government to have a broken society at present.
Yeah, we are being replaced. We are being replaced, and we will be replaced by 20. Do you reckon 2040 we'll have 10 million The way it's going, I think we will. Because the government wants to get rid of us. In part of third worlds, they're getting everything. We get nothing. Martina Ward, there is truth in what Martin is saying. I've seen how you can get an army of people to fight when they're strung out. I know this. I'm a recovering drug addict, and I can't believe what's going on. Fair play to you,
Good woman.
Martina. Fair play.
Well done. Well
Good
done.
woman.
It's
Fair play
a
to you.
struggle.
It's good to see
Yeah,
a
well
success, you know. Drugs problem is simple. How can someone get clean with no home, bring back bed sits, and deport? I agree.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
do
saying.
agree
That's
with
what
you.
I'm
Yeah,
saying. You could actually
that's it.
empty a hotel from out migrants, send them all back home. We get Irish people there who are struggling in, get them on programs. There's something you have to tackle before that, though, right? There is a criminal network in this country that the guards and government are either unwilling or unable to deal with. You know, is it El Salvador, the president of El Salvador, that just literally, when he got elected, he literally just sent out the army and they gathered up every single scumbag
And they
just
killed them. They blew them up and everything. Yeah.
Look, everybody deserves a chance to repent. But they should do that. They should just they know who they are. Forget about the court system. You just grab them. And I know we have a history. We don't like the idea of internment, etc., because of our history. But sometimes extreme measures are required to deal with extreme problems. Grab the big guys. Put warrants out for the lads in Spain. Grab the big guys in the country and publicly try them. 15-minute trial, guilty, done. 40 years in prison. Good luck. Throw away the key. And but again, you have to go back one step further. You have to secure our coast, which means you have to invest in a proper navy to stop the drugs getting into the country in the first place. It's a real chicken and egg conundrum. But
He's grown magic mushrooms.
You don't need to grow them. They grow quite naturally all over Ireland.
Yeah, they grow out out on the golf course. They want us numbed and dumbed in the depths of despair.
Yes,
but like
100%.
Lads that are on drugs and everything else, they see nothing else. You know what I mean? They go up around it, and then they get depressed, and then the drugs are the way out of it, and then they can't get out of it, and then they do get out of it, and then they're back. They're put in a hostel where drugs are, you know what I mean? And they don't want to be in there. That's why a lot of people are on the streets, because they don't want to be in these hostels that are riddled with drugs. Like they're riddled with drugs, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like Merchants Quay, it's nearly 80% now of foreign people going in there getting food. Like the Irish people they're being ripped apart, like, you know what I mean? They can get nothing in this country now. And then if you do go in for stuff, you're means tested. How are you means testing Johnny Ombungo from Bladen, Nigeria, who only arrived here yesterday?
He's not getting means tested yet.
That's what I'm saying to you. But like, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You can't just do that. The same way as they can't just walk in and get insured in cars. Like I watched the video from the other day from Ned Kelly there. Ned put out a video. Those two guys who were killed, apparently there was an African, I think it was an African woman on her phone, pulled out in front of that truck and kept driving then. She was actually on a call or something when it happened.
Yeah.
Like, come on. You know, it's...
Listen, look, all you got to do is look at the courts news, look at the newspapers, and see we have a two-tier justice system in this country. White Irish man, you break any small law, you're in big trouble. If you're anything but Irish, you'd more than likely get a slap in the wrist.
Okay, I'm going to share this because this is disgusting. This is disgusting. This is from the courts. You're just talking about that there now, and I'm just going to... Okay, I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger so you can all read it. Well, you don't need to read it, but I'll read it.
Okay. 1.5 million images for
1.5 million images of child sexual abuse. Look at that. Stephen Bourne, 26 years of age. Oh my God, man. He pleaded guilty to possession of child pornography at his home in Terranure in March 2022. A man was caught with almost 1.5 million images of child sexual abuse material after he began accessing such images as a 13-year-old boy. He has them 13 years he has been accumulating them. He has been jailed. 13-year-old has been jailed for 27 months. Stephen Bourne, 26, pleaded guilty at Dublin Circuit Criminal Court to images termed child pornography in law at his then rented home at Harold's Cross Road, 10 Euro Dublin 7. Detective Garda Mairead McKinley told Jennifer Jackson BL, prosecuting that Gardaí began an investigation of accessing of suspected child sexual material, which led to a warrant being secured to Bourne's rented home. During the search, 9 electronic devices were seized. They were analysed, and 7 of those devices were found to contain child sexual abuse. Detective McKinney confirmed that 1.44 million of the videos of images and videos were found which depicted children sexually explicit interactions with either adults or other children, and images and videos of children exposing their genitalia. The children were mainly girls aged between 6 and 15. Wow. Bourne attended by appointment in Tallaght Garda Station in 2024. He took responsibility for all devices. Martin Nolan. Look, Judge Martin Nolan said that Bourne had been offending over a long period of time, which ended when he was 21 or 22 years old. When he got caught. What is forgivable as a younger child is not forgivable when you are 18 or 19 years of age, the judge commented. He acknowledged that Bourne has no previous convictions and has good family support. He accepted that he changed his life since detection by Gardaí. Judge Nolan said a headline sentence of 4.5 years. He said the most significant aggravating feature in the case is the number of images that Bourne was caught with and the length of time he had been offending. The judge imposed a sentence of 27 months after taking into account the various mitigating features. Like, there's no mitigating features here, man. You know what I mean? You've 1.5 bleeding million. Like, come on. Like,
that's extremely worrying. That he's at that since he's 13 years of
14.
age.
Exactly.
That's worrying. That's very, very worrying.
You know,
how many others are out there?
Exactly how many others are out there. I had an interesting conversation with a Polish man in the 60s on Friday. I was glad with how clued in he was about everything. COVID, Ukraine, immigration, a lot of people are clued in now, mate. But just a lot of people don't like talking out about it. That's the way it is, Chris. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people have good jobs and they're afraid to lose the jobs. They're afraid not to be part of their friends and their society. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. 1,000 patriots, each one the leader of 1,000 local households, 1 million households covered. Yeah.
Easier said than done. You have to get people to learn to get on first and learn to not be assholes all the time and learn that, most of us are here for good reasons and good purposes. But look, anyway, the gatekeepers will always stop the real Irish getting together.
We need to bring back capital punishment. We do. Yeah, if you attack a child or you do anything to a child, that's it. I'm sorry, especially if you murder a child or rape a child, it should be a mandatory life sentence or a death penalty. Bring back the death penalty for shit like that. They'll soon stop it. You know, if you look in Pakistan and Syria and everywhere else, it's the death penalty for rape. If you're caught raping anybody in any of them countries. Yet they come here and they rape. You know,
some of those countries are fucked up though. It's the other way around. It's that fucking if a woman gets raped, they stone her to death. You know, some of the they have.
My daughter works in the homeless hubs for Irish mothers and kids. The council is sending in Somali and pregnant women. They have 2 floors now and a prayer room. It's almost an iPad centre. Jesus Christ! Sorry to hear that, Lizzie. Get on to us and let us know where it is, and we can highlight this, Lizzie. I know we don't want your daughter getting involved, but like, we can do it without your daughter getting involved. We can get pictures and everything else. Flood the country with drugs and alcohol. It's another form of warfare. Yes, it is. And everybody, as you said, like Martin, everybody is on the other now. You know what I mean? They really are. You know, I remember being at a wedding with a lot of well-to-do people, and a lot of people I thought were, really squares. Like, you know what I mean? And I couldn't believe the amount of cocaine at that wedding. I'm being serious with you. You know, even before dinner, they were on it. You know what I mean? And there's women coming out of the toilet with other women, and they go, how are you, Paul? How are you? I'm going, are they in there on the sniff at this time of the day? I thought, this is fucked up, like, you know. Where is herself tonight? Is she putting up the decorations? She's not. She was out. she was out doing interviews today. She's done a little. I'm going to play her interview now. Okay, she's done an interview with Elaine Mullally for Clown Around in Portlaoise. It's Elaine Mullally's business, and I'm going to play this. It's 5 minutes long. It'll give me time to get myself a cup of coffee, and I can still hear it in my ear.
Hi guys, so I'm still here in Portarlington in County Laois, and I'm at a play centre called Clown Around. So play centres are fantastic, especially for parents with young children. So you can come in, meet up with friends, have a coffee and just chill out and relax when the kids run around the place. They're great for birthday parties as well. So as I said, this is Portarlington, Clown Around, and I'm going to have a chat with the owner now, and you might just actually recognise her. So as I said, you might actually recognise the owner of Clown Around. It is the lovely Elaine Mullally. Elaine, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, Orla. Thanks very much for coming in. You're very good.
No problem at all. That blue slide over there was great fun.
Yeah, I saw you coming down it. Don't worry. I have CCTV. I will be putting it up later on.
Yes, I'll find that and I'll delete it. So this place is absolutely fantastic. So how are you finding things, we'll say, just in the current climate?
Look, we have our challenges like all businesses. You know, we're trying to keep costs down. We're trying to keep our overheads and running costs as low as possible so that we can stay competitive for our customers, because we know that Christmas is coming. It's a tough time for parents, and we're trying to keep our charges down as much as we possibly can, so people can have birthday parties coming up to Christmas. It's nice and busy for the parents. They're trying to get shopping and everything else done, so we want to try and provide a really good service for them to come in, have a party, go off and do their shopping afterwards without having to clean the house. So it's challenging, but we're getting it. We're holding our own, and we're nice and busy now for the month of December, so that's good. And we would just encourage people to come in and use the local business where possible. I keep all of my business in my locality. All of my business is kept in Portarlington or Portlaoise if I can't get what I need. There's no wholesalers in Portarlington, so we go to Portlaoise. So I just believe that if we can all keep each other's businesses going, then I'm 18 years here, so hopefully we'll have another couple anyway.
100%, and definitely people need to be shopping Irish, supporting Irish wherever possible, even online. Again, I know it's so easy to go and buy from Shein or whatever, but just try and support an Irish business wherever possible, you know, because businesses are really struggling, and between rates, ESB, carbon tax, water, PRSI, wages, everything, it's just adding up and up and up again, and the government, they're not doing enough, Elaine, and you're calling this out as well.
Oh yeah,
I'm very vocal.
Handy at calling it out now at this stage. But no, they haven't done anything. When I look down through my ESB, but it takes me a while to work out, there's that many charges down along it, and you do have to wonder, well, where's all the carbon taxes? Where's the money being spent on? Because we just don't see it. It's definitely not coming back into the economy for small to medium-sized businesses. It's definitely not going back into taxpayers' pocket. We can see that. So yeah, look, I'll call them out for anytime I see something. You know, I'm out there. But I just want to acknowledge the work you're doing as well, Orla. You're after highlighting a lot of businesses in the locality between Laois, Carlow, and Kilkenny, and like that's brilliant, and it encourages more people. It makes them think at least, well, how can I keep my business local, or how important is it for every euro spent in your locality? It has a multiple effect across the communities and towns. So again, I would encourage people to particularly this Christmas, it helps us into the new year. That's when we all feel the pinch. January is always a tough one for all of us. So, you know, try and keep your business local, and you know, if you're looking for a good Christmas gift for your grandchild or your nieces or nephews or your friends, then gift voucher from Clown Around. They can be used any time. There's no expiry date on gift vouchers anymore, so it can be used any time into the new year, and it can be used against play, parties, the cafe. You've had a nice cup of cappuccino here yourself. Of
course, you know me too well.
It can be used for anything, so...
But that's it. But again, at the end of the day, with Irish businesses, they are providing employment. They are bringing money into the local community, and it is so important, because even, like, you have very kindly donated a voucher to the animal rescue raffle that I'm involved in. And again, a lot of huge businesses are not doing that. They're just picking a random charity and sticking to it. But it's the local small businesses that are supporting the GAA and supporting all the other different charities, and that has to be remembered as well. Without you guys, a lot of charities wouldn't have that support. But again, you can't do that while you're trying to keep the business going as well, you know?
Yeah, no, it's true, and we do support a lot here in our local community, and always have done, and it's nice to see the business coming back in then through that.
Exactly, and I think it's very important.
I do too, yeah.
Well, Elaine, I'm not going to hold you up because there's even a bit of cleaning to do, and I'm going to go back over to that blue slide. Turn off the cameras. I know I was causing trouble already. Listen, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And listen, keep up the good work.
Good woman.
Orla.
That's brilliant.
She needs a cameraman, whatever. She needs a cameraman. She's brilliant. Elaine won't be happy with. It's just about she had a good clean jumper on. You know what I mean?
I'm actually for once not going to be rude or vulgar.
No, neither am I, but I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? She needed to keep the camera up, you know. That's the only fault I have, Orla.
You know what we get Orla for Christmas is one of those you know the gyros.
Oh yeah, the gyro things. Yeah.
We get one of those for Christmas.
Barry Walsh, for fuck's sake, Orla, where's the girl's face? I'm sure Orla is watching this. They'll go, come on,
she's gonna kill us. She's gonna kill us. She'll
be in there. What she'll be in? I'm coming in here now. Yeah.
We're dead. I didn't do it, Orla. I didn't comment. I was very well behaved. Excellent interview. Elaine is nice. I have good time for Elaine. I have to say I like what she does. I like her work.
Just President Trump. Did you hear this? Have you heard Trump giving out about the immigrants in Europe?
I wasn't. Was it on today? Was it?
Getting on to Air Force too. Yeah.
But you're allowing it to happen to your countries, and you got to stop this horrible invasion that's happening to Europe. Many countries in Europe. Some people, some leaders have not let it happen, and they're not getting the proper credit they should. I could name them to you right now, but I'm not going to embarrass the other ones. But stop. This immigration is killing Europe. And the other thing, stop the windmills, killing the beauty of your countries. Thank you very much, everybody.
Stop everything. Stop the immigrants and stop the climate change.
Yeah, stop the climate scam and stop the immigration scam. Yeah,
the immigration 100%. Scam. Exactly. Yeah. Indoor places are safe for children in cold weather. Yeah, well, all of these places do be good. Like my kids go to ones as well. I was there a couple of weeks ago with them. It was brilliant, supervised. Nobody gets in. You know, it's.
Oh God, what was it? What was it? Where did I bring my lads when they were small? I think it was Jumpin' Jacks, and then Planet Playground. I think were the two places in Clonmel. But it's a long time ago since I've had kids in those jokes.
Paul and Martin, that's a great idea. We're all going out and about. A parallel to MSN. Yes, Orla is brilliant. She does that all the time. You go on to Orla's page. Paula, we're going to start putting these out now because Orla does it with all the businesses in the area. She goes out and she talks outside the businesses and she bigs up the businesses. And listen, fair play. She probably
she's
gets
also doing. She's also doing book reviews and movie reviews on her TikTok account. So she's a busy little beaver.
She is. She's very busy. Climate change, the biggest scam of the lot. He's correct. Yeah. What's this now? We should book a play centre for a far right Christmas party. We can't even book a bleeding. We can't even book a room for a far right Christmas party. But I'm going. I think we have one, Martin. Have we on the 20th?
Which?
Have we got one on the 20th?
Have we?
I'll talk to you off air. Let's not talk. We might do a slip up here and talk about it. No, let's not.
Right. Listen, I've been hectic today, so I might have missed something.
I know. Thank you, Orla and Philip Dwyer. Yeah, Phil does great work as well, I have to say. Fair play. Trump must enforce his words with military forces being sent to Europe, starting with Ireland. I agree with you. All you've just to say is no. Orla is a credit to the show. She is a credit to us, I have to say. Brilliant. Orla is brilliant. She really is. Climate tax. Do you know what I'm gonna play? I'm gonna play this one, the mining one again. This is funny, just for the climate change thing. These two miners.
Yeah, the Australian.
What does the future looks like regarding electrification and battery electric vehicles in your mining operations then?
Well, we have coal because we've got the biggest coal deposits in the world, but we're not allowed to burn the fucking stuff, so the world's rooted, really. It's all right to be idealistic, but you also have to be realistic. And until the lights go out, the idiots that want to be green on everything and not do mining, not do coal, not do anything, they're going to have to go back and use candles and live in tents, and then they'll no, you might fucking laugh, but it's true. You understand what I'm talking about? I'm not talking bullshit, I'm talking reality. If we don't get realistic, we're fucked. It's as simple as that. We're not allowed to use uranium. We've got the biggest uranium deposits in the world in Australia. We're not allowed to mine the fucking stuff. So it's all fucked. So when half these cunts die, well, the world will be a better place, and then those of us that survive will get it going again.
Well, you just that's an no.
My next door neighbour, I was talking to him. He's a lawyer, so he's not an idiot. Well, he is a fuckwit, but that's another problem. But he said, oh, that's right, you just put plugs along the highways. I said, but if you haven't got a fucking source from a power station, plugs on the highways aren't going to do jack shit, right? Do you understand me? The people don't understand. They think the electricity comes out of fucking space. But if you haven't got a charging system, which is a steam coal burning power station, how the fuck can you charge your batteries? Do you understand that?
Yeah, I understand.
Well, there's a lot of the cunts don't, and that's the problem with the world.
Thank you so much for your time and enjoy the rest of your visit.
We will.
Yeah.
We'll enjoy it eventually.
He is brilliant. I swear to God, he's brilliant. Honestly. Oh, deadly. Oh, deadly. Just get 800.
I'll tell you another funny story about electric vehicles in general. So this is, if anybody's considering buying one, the tires for like you can't put you can, but they won't last. You can't put normal tires on EVs. You have to put special EV tires that are obviously fucking way more expensive. But these fucking cars are eating the tires off the road. Your standard big SUV, you probably get, heavy mileage. You get a year, out of a set of tires kind of thing. So, some cars, 4 to 6 months, fucking set of tires, and you're talking people paying maybe 12 to 1,800 euros for 4 tires for the fucking car, and they're gone in fucking because the cars, they're too the weight distribution is weird on them. They're too fucking heavy.
Too heavy with the batteries, isn't it?
Yeah, and the Irish roads are just absolutely shit. Like, so it's so funny when they come in.
Yeah.
Having the big fucking electric car, and you can see there, you just know it. You just go, yeah, you voted for the Green Party. I can tell by you. And then you tell them that, how much for 4 tires of that? 1,800 euros, love. I'll see you back in 6 months.
Really, is just saying the brake dust too, Martin. The heavy cunts on your cunts of yokes.
Oh yeah.
Rubber comes from a tree, fill the potholes. EV lads, listen, we said this all the time. If diesel and petrol was 110 or 120 a litre, nobody would be buying electric cars. This is why it's 179 a fucking litre. Come on.
When we're in government, that's another issue that we're going to deal with, the extortionate taxes on energy. And we're building a fucking nuclear power plant as well in Cork. So get over it. That's happening.
Yeah. Did you see the electric bus that went on fire in Tuam? I
saw the video of that,
Yeah. All right, lads. Did I miss much? Sorry, was on a space. No, Jer, you didn't miss much.
Right,
we didn't do too much. Connor keeps going. 1,000 patriots, each one a leader of 1,000 households, a million. Mm. Yeah.
Start with 10. Get 10 good men around you. Build it from there.
Isn't there oil in the North Sea? Or is the sea north of Ireland? Yes, there is. Loads of it. I know a girl and her husband have full electric BMW. She got okay. It's a fixed market. Nuclear power plant, 100%. Yeah. We spoke about this a long time. She got a bill for one tire, 1,000 quid for one tire. Is that what you're talking about, Jay?
Jesus.
I know a girl. Her and her husband have a full electric BMW. She got a bill for a tire for 1,000 quid. 1,000 quid for a tire.
That seems a bit, even by my standards, that seems a bit. No, could be. I don't know. Big wide run flat, maybe 22-inch rim.
Yeah. Nuclear power plant is the safest and most economical fuel source
Saying
of
it for
all.
years.
Exactly,
Saying
Mark.
it for years. Saying it for years. Saying
Yeah,
it for
we have
years.
been
We should
saying
have
it for
started.
years, yeah.
Yeah, we should have started. We should have
There's a
started
huge
building
rate
new
of electric cars going up in flames from the bonnet, parked up, or even in traffic. Yeah, it's happening all around the place. The buses as well. There's been a couple of buses. Dublin, Shea Connor. Hello, Paul and Martin. Eamon Hewlett from Harmonstown, Dublin 5. Good evening, all. How are you doing, Eamon? Good to see you. Yeah. Jer, we'll ring you soon. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Do you know what I actually have? I have a song there that I just want to play. It's from Stephen Sutton, Stephen O'Sultan. And he's a good mate of ours.
Yeah,
have you
this is
heard
very
this?
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lovely tune.
Yesterday, I think I heard it. Yeah.
And we're gonna showcase Irish people singing and doing what they're doing every other week here. That's what we're gonna do. So without further ado, Stefanos Ton. Okay. Friend of the show.
All along the banks of Olivia, to the green grass of the Wicklow Hills, from Mizenhead up to the hill Ishnach. There's a spirit in this land that can't be killed. To warriors alone we owe our freedom, paid for with the blood of Irishmen. For centuries we repelled hordes of invaders. We swear by all the gods we will again. Mother, can you hear us? Listen to her voice, like our ancient heroes. We will sacrifice. You belong to our children, struggle on for them. Let's banish all the demons and free ourselves again. Causeway on the rocky coast of Antrim, to the Currachs rowing out from Inishmore. This land, it is connected to its people. Sure as every god looks down upon Gweedore, bewitched by the true majesty of nature. The swallow eagles and the swifts dance through the air. And a tear forms in the eye of the diaspora as the healing piper tames the winds of pain. Can you hear us? Listen to our voice, like our ancient heroes. We will sacrifice. You belong to our children. The struggle done for them. Let's banish all the demons. Free ourselves again.
Fair play. That's Stephen Sutton there. Stefano Sutton is his name. Follow him on Twitter. He does great music. He done a great rendition of Oro Shade of Ahawalya, you know, at one of the last protests. He was just amazing. So, yeah. And I was talking to you. I found that, remember I was talking a few weeks ago about Class Wars, the little documentary me and Gavin did about 2.5 years ago. I'm going to put it up on the YouTube channel and let people watch it there now, because them buildings are not being used still. It's just, it's crazy. Like, yeah. Fair play, Stephen Sutton. Yeah, he is. Stephen's one of the good guys. Yeah, well done. Well done. Good job, Stephen. Yeah. Stephen's a good friend of Ferg's. So, yeah. So we've done we've loads of stuff now to talk about in the last half hour about that. Yeah.
Poison. The poison, you mean?
The poison,
Fucking,
yeah. Poison.
Yeah, you know it's quite personal with me, so yeah, these fuckers are gonna pay. They're gonna fucking pay.
Yeah. Have you seen this lamb womb, the artificial lamb womb? Have you seen this? In the UK, it's, oh man, I had to pull down this video. I really did, because hang on, I just get to move out these over here so I can see what I want to talk about. Maverick, is that it there? That's it there. It's an artificial womb that successfully grew a baby lamb. This is disturbing on so many levels. And no, seriously, it's disturbing. Like, seriously, it really is, lads.
I have two things, right? So the first one is, if you've ever seen the fucking Matrix, they'll turn us into fucking batteries.
Exactly.
That's number one.
Exactly.
Number two, the trannies are going to fuck be walking around with these artificial wombs. Oh, no.
You know what's coming, man. You know what's coming.
Oh, God.
I'm going to play this. We'll come back. Wait till you see this. Now, you have to think as well, this is being done in a children's hospital in England. This is where this laboratory is, in a children's hospital.
Oh, fucking hell.
sorry, it was Philadelphia. It was the US, not the UK. Sorry, it's my bad.
Like all or most research, the concept is noble. The idea is noble. It's there to help save premature babies. But quite literally, there's a fucking TV show. I think it's called Altered Carbon about cloning. I think, and that's essentially what the pictures you showed there. That's essentially what the fucking grown people in bags. Companies will come in, patent the technology, take it over, and they will start growing humans for spare parts. And that's where you're going. That's what's going to happen. They'll grow children for spare parts and for much, much worse. You know well what they'll grow children for. It's a very, very, very slippery slope. Like I said, the concept and the technology, noble idea, help premature babies to put them into an artificial womb so they can continue to develop. Absolutely fantastic. Because of greed.
Really? Will they grow me a new langer? Mine's shrunk from overuse. or over abuse. One or the other.
Too much.
Clean.
But
I heard
it's going to be abused. The technology will be abused because of greed and human. Yeah.
Transhumanism. There you go,
yeah.
Steady Eddie. You're dead right, mate. Do you remember Dolly the sheep? Remember that Dolly? Dolly was the first sheep to be cloned. Do you remember? Yeah. Now all the Muslims have a Dolly.
They'll start replacing us then, you know that?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Paul and Martin support the government, and we're missing for a weekend, and then we come back, and I'm clean shaven, and we're fucking.
I have a beard.
The government are brilliant.
I have a beard down here. Before the events of the Matrix, the humans deployed a weapon against the machines to block out all sunlight, covering the skies with black gas smoke to stop the machines from using solar energy. Okay.
And then they turn humans into batteries. Yeah. They're talking about blocking out the sun.
That's all right. What do you mean they're talking about it? They are doing it. It's happening as we speak, lads. You know? They're probably doing a long time on humans. It's wrong and moral. There will be problems later. Dolly the sheep didn't last long. I don't know how long Dolly. She wouldn't have lasted long out my back, I tell you, because I love a bit of lamb. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, I'm partial to a bit of lamb. Oh, that'd be my favourite. Jerome, they'll put you in a joint womb for that. So a womb or a room.
Oh God.
Grow your own.
I'm gonna get a fucking AI to do a picture of Jerome in one of those bags.
Yeah, Paul, where's Mrs. Bulmers? She has a night off tonight. She rang in sick. Yeah. She rang in sick, she did. I'm just looking for her.
It was supposed to be my night off.
I know, Martin. Yeah, I was thinking that your night off. You know what I mean? And what happened there?
Look, you know what? I'm good to Orla.
I know, yeah. No, I know. We're all good to Orla. Where's Mrs. Bulmers? She's probably having a Bulmers. That's exactly what she's doing. She's probably chilling. Guys, if you want to buy us a coffee, there you go. You can. If you want to buy us a copy, just beep that there, and you can send us through a few quid if you want to keep this show going and the whole lot and everything else. And you can buy all at Bulmers if you want. We might have to talk about doing something for a Christmas party or something, just 20 or 30 people or something. Or, I don't know. We'll see. We'll throw it out. We'll take over somewhere. The Irish Column party.
Isn't it?
What?
Live show would be great crack.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, Christmas party live show. Yeah. Yeah, we could all dress as Santas and everything else, and yeah,
a bit of fun. Well, sure, the place we were last weekend would probably almost accommodate that. Like that'd do, wouldn't it? Book a room like that.
Yeah,
and just fucking
great. Yeah. That'd be cool. That would,
there and then just hit the bar afterwards.
Could do the show from there, yeah, and just keep the room. You know what I mean? We could do the show live in the room or something. You know?
Yeah.
Me all set up the back with all my shit and use it on the panel. Yeah.
Be good fun.
Sort that, yeah. We don't know whether we get it done before Christmas now, but lads, if you want to buy us a copy there you go. And there's our Ireland Force logo up there as well. Do you like it there? I know the deal of Herring is going to go, but hey, listen, it's a concept. That's all I'm talking. Can the churches be pressured to condemn and fight against the invasion?
No, you'll
I
get
think so.
individual, you'll get individual priests brave enough to push back against the system, but the Vatican is part of the problem. So you're not going to get the organized church to do anything. The popes are fucking licking the Muslims' asses as well. Like the Vatican is a globalist entity, so no, you get some brave priests who stand up and say something. They normally get fired or removed from the parish or fucking excommunicated, but for the most part, no. Most priests will just there aren't that many priests left, to be honest, in Ireland. A lot of them are very elderly. Down my neck of the woods is a priest. He's in his 90s and he's still saying mass because there's no one else to do it, so
yeah. I'm just looking because you can find this.
It's weird not being able to see the comments.
The what?
I said it's weird not being able to see. I can normally see the comments. It's weird that I can't see the comments.
DJ Fitzer for the party, I'd go. Yeah, DJ Fitzer for the party, I'd go. And listen, we could just, we could just bring the laptop, set it up to the sounds. Who needs a DJ? Couple of mics, karaoke, last Christmas. Hey, man, I'm all over it. You know what I mean?
Karaoke.
All over it. No, listen. Karaoke's great when you're full of lush.
No, listen to me. Karaoke is brilliant fun. I enjoy it way too much. That's why I'm saying no karaoke.
It has to be karaoke. It has to be karaoke. Paul, ideas for what to put in the shoeboxes for the homeless, other than hats, gloves, etc. Please. Jesus, what else can you put in for them? Bit of deodorant, bit of soap,
deodorant, toiletries, and fucking box of fags. I don't know, fucking.
Yeah, exactly. Or a couple of sweets or something as well. You know what I mean? Everyone, listen, I don't care who you are or where you're from. You sit down in the evening time, chilling out for an hour or so. A little bar of chocolate is nice with a little drop of milk or a cup of tea. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think toiletries and Martin Ellis. Paul Fitzsimmons, number one. My dad kill you, Martin, I swear to God. Because Martin Ellis. It's Fitzsimons, 1M. My dad say, oh, no, we're not the English ones. We're not Fitzsimmons, we're Fitzsimons, and he's real staunch like that, Yeah. Mick the Busker at the Live for the Homeless. Yeah. Where is that? When is that? Paul knows how to party. Yeah, I do. Toothbrush and toothpaste will be good. Yes. Whatever you can give, Yeah, there you go. Look, Toddy, whoever Martin, I thought Paul Fitzsimons was running. Who's Paul Fitzsimmons? I'm only messing with you. Yeah, that's exactly what I just said. It's all Chris knows the story here, you know what I mean? I think, or I believe, our so-called government are shitting themselves. Around 20 years ago or so, our Paddy went with cap in hand trying best friends with really power to be best friends with the really powerful in the EU. Yeah, I know. We don't be going with cap in hand now. If anyone gets in here now, we go back and renegotiate stuff with these. We tell them what we're giving them, not what they're taking from us. I'm sorry.
100%.
Sorry, Papa Simons. Thanks, Martin. Fair play to you. That's your party. Oh yeah, listen, we'll put it out there. I might talk to a few of the boys tomorrow. I'll give a few people a ring just to see. Doesn't have to be the Irish call. It can be the far, far, far away, far right Christmas party. I don't care. We'll have a bit of crack.
A bit of crack, all right now.
Gift voucher from Aldi, as they have a coffee machine. Yeah, Flame Chef, that's a good one as well.
Good idea.
Or gift card or whatever. Yeah, you knew it. The usual suspects. Yeah. More polytunnel greenhouse for agriculture in the winter. Yeah.
Yes.
Smith with an I. Yeah. Otherwise, it would be Smythe, not Smith. Yeah. We could do Fairy Tale in New York. Martin, you any good at the Shane McGowan bit? Jesus, yeah. Sure, we can. Might say Martin to do a good what you call him, a good.
I can sing all right, but I keep it very private.
Oh yeah. Can you sing Far Away? The further away, the better. What? How do you say far right Australia? I don't know.
That's right.
We need to pull all funding from countries that are participating in the Christian genocide, currently happening in half a dozen countries. Why is it not being spoken about more? Yeah, I agree with you. Like, I saw a picture the other day of, they showed you, it was a side by side, Muslims living in Christian countries, Christians living in Muslim countries, and the Christians living in Muslim countries were all dead. These lads were all in hotels. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Now we are talking, Paul. Yeah, now we are talking. Leroy, yeah. Paul, what are you? Sorry, what was that, Martin? Let me see. Make sure donations actually go to homeless Irish people and not to immigrants. Too many immigrants who are not, in fact, homeless are availing of free food or gifts at Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, the ladies are doing the Liberty Soup Run, isn't it? That's what they're doing. They're donating the stuff to that. I'm just going to share this here again. This is next Saturday, people. If you can go in, please do go in. There's lovely women after organising this. So, announcing Keeping Christ in Christmas event. It's open for all volunteers, singers, choirs, and anyone who can sing Christian or Christmas songs. The 6th of December from 2 to 4 p.m. Dublin City Centre. If you need, you can contact Irish Mammy Warrior at Era for Christ and Gentle Poet at Gentle Poet 92414.
Good stuff, ladies.
Love to see us all in there, people. You might hear one of us singing in there next week. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so if you can all go in there, please do, because it's for a good cause. Anything that's made will be going to the Liberty Soup Run. They have gone in conjunction with them to whatever they make at this is going to go to the Liberty Soup Run. So if you can give them a bit, please do, people. Thanks very much. Yeah, I'm just going to move on to this one here, Martin. We were talking about it earlier. Oh, wow. Garda cyber crime expert suspended over Harris hate tweets. Troll targeted journalist, whistleblower, and Late Late Show host. A senior member of the Garda's National Cyber Crime Bureau has been suspended after he made sinister online threats against Taoiseach Simon Harris, and the Irish Mail on Sunday can reveal. Civilian Jonathan O'Neill, an executive officer at CNBCC, called Mr. Harris, whose family had been subjected to other vile threats. I won't repeat it, but yeah, this is the guy.
Is that wrote by my buddy Debbie?
Yeah, Debbie McGee, is it?
Debbie McCann. Zoom in there and just see who
it is. Debbie McCann, sorry. Yeah, I don't know.
You write that?
Oh, Debbie McCann and John Lee. Yeah, it's definitely Debbie McCann. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, the Irish Mail.
Yeah.
Next story, this is Debbie, Paul. That doesn't answer you back. Yeah, big story.
Next story. Debbie's a liar.
Yeah, Debbie is a liar. Yeah. But yeah, you get it there now. It wasn't the far away, far right who was threatening him after all. It was this gobshite. Yeah. So
anyway, look,
don't believe everything is here, people.
There's a couple of good cops out there. So well done him.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what? From reading that, he didn't make any threats. He just called him a "see you next Tuesday." Which he is. It's factually correct. So why would he be suspended for that? Free speech. You're allowed to have your opinion. You're allowed to. If you think something.
Did you see this? The woman being set on fire. Did you see that at her front door?
I've heard of the story, but was it an ex-partner? Was it?
Attack blaze, scorch marks at the front door of the house where a woman was set on fire in the early morning attack yesterday in Dublin. Wow. Victim fights for life. Witnesses, she went up in flames. The woman set on fire was her house. That's all the details we got, you know what I mean? But
for fuck's sake.
What is it coming to, like, you know what I mean? Seriously, what is the place coming to?
Sorry, I've no sympathy for or empathy for anybody who does that. I don't care what nationality, or Irish, fucking foreign, whatever like that. You do something like that, death penalty.
Death penalty. I'm gonna just This is funny. This one's funny. Look at this. These are the lefties. There's a few of these, right? When your mom is subtly saying she doesn't love you, I want my daughter to have the right to abortion that I didn't have.
Oh my God.
Stop. Drop the weapon. Middle school biology. Yeah. Taxing people into poverty is not going to change the weather. No, it's not. What else have we got? Left wing 1990s. Fuck you. I won't do what you tell me. Left wing 2020s. Fuck you. Do what they tell you. Yeah. Bell curve distribution political spectrum. The woke temple. Woke alt-right Nazis. Ben Shapiro, Trump. There is no Irish race and never was. Like most, this is this fella Parias. Have you ever seen this fella?
Oh,
There's no Irish race. He's a clown, isn't he? Yeah. Like most people, we are mongrels, Celts, Normans, English, Scots, and many others. Our identity is a mix. Always has been, always will be. Perhaps those who claim otherwise are simply disguising reality. They are white supremacists. So I'm a white supremacist. I'm Irish. You know,
I don't care about being a white supremacist.
Yeah, neither do I.
So what?
Yeah.
Call me more name. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Tribalist.
Yeah.
My people first. Simple as.
Rob Duffy music. Imagine Ireland actually had a far right. Things would be so woke. In Poland, they have an actual right wing, and it pushes the Orbit window over, so there's not everything in the politics is leftism.
That's what you see. Okay, so that's what we're trying to do, right? With what we're doing politically, we are actually trying to create a proper right-wing Christian conservative party. Too many people who claim to be nationalists are actually centrists. You know what I mean? They're where they want to be where Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael was 15, 20 years ago. That's what they're looking for, and they want to get into the big boys club, etc., etc., etc. That is not going to fix the problems. You have to swing hard right for about a decade to undo the harm that's been done, and nothing else will change it. This soft nationalism and these soft right wing, soft right talking points, as I call them, they're not going to cut it. It's not going to work. Your demographics are still going to be fucked. You're going to be a minority in your own country. You'll have politicians that are saying what you want to hear, but they won't actually have the will to do the difficult things that are going to need to be done, because we are talking about in the future dragging people from their homes, forcing them onto airplanes and sending them out of this country. That is going to take massive political will. We're talking about hurting businesses in the short term, non-indigenous business, like, you know what I mean, that will be encouraging the big multinationals to go bye, and we're going to get in smaller versions of that, and easier, we'll say, more beneficial to our economy. You have to remember, we're a tax haven. We're a fucking banana republic tax haven and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff we have to fix. But this centrist nationalism, it's not going to cut it. You're just going to get more of the same. So it's go right or go extinct. It's as simple as that.
Right. Rob Duffy there. Good man, Martin. I'd vote for you. Ballsy.
Vote for Paul instead, or encourage everybody in Dublin Central to vote for Paul.
Centre has shifted into communism. It's insane these days. Yes, it has. You look at the likes of all of these people before puberty and this satanic Democrats and them gobshites, like, and Sinn Féin. They're all the bleeding same. Every one of them are the same. They're just a feather on the same board. You know what I mean? Every one of them are singing off the same hymn sheet. And they'll tell you, oh, we didn't vote. We absconded from voting, because you knew the vote was going in, and you just did that just to save face. Look, people aren't stupid. You know what I mean?
Any idea who the Shinners might run in Dublin Central?
They'll run someone. They'll all run someone.
No, they will. They will. But who? I must actually get a list of their councillors and see who's there. And
bang on, Martin. We have been subjected to radical liberal progressivism. If we want to save our nations, we must be radical nationalists, or we are done. Yep. Look at UK. They have been betrayed by so-called Irish political parties sold out to the WEF. You are not mistaken there. They did. We know they did. Misha Erda, that's right, you are.
So
Shinners
just,
will run a fella called Daphne. Daphne, okay. Shinners will run a fella called Daphne. Does Martin think the EU will fall apart? Irexa. I think it should
it
fall
will.
apart. Does Martin think it will?
One of two things is going to happen. Europe will keep pursuing its war with Russia, and if it manages to get enough EU countries on board, it will split the EU down the middle. A lot of the Eastern Bloc countries will go, "Fuck you, we're out," because they will not send their sons and daughters to die in an endless war. If Ursula von der Leyen gets that war, they will be able to start printing money willy-nilly. So they'll be able to keep the EU project, whatever they want to call it, totalitarian project, going for another couple of years. If she doesn't get the war, the EU collapses under its own weight. America will have a big hand in pulling it down as well. It'll be attacked on both sides. It'll be attacked from the States and it'll be attacked from Russia, and it will collapse. And again, the Eastern Bloc countries will actually be fine because they were smart by not fucking basically aligning, or the majority of them not aligning with the EU in relation to its stance on Russia. Ireland, on the other hand, is fucked. And I mean fucked, because the Israelis are going to come after us, some of the EU states are going to come after us, and Russia's going to come after us, and also the states are going to take our economy back to America. So in each scenario, Ireland is fucked, which is why we need to start getting ready now. We've been talking about self-sustainability, we've been talking about stockpiling, we've been talking about getting ready to defend yourself. You know, it's inevitable. It's coming. So yeah, either way, we lose because of our incompetent government's position. They should have just been, we're a small little country, they should have kept their mouth shut and not commented on anything that was happening in the world between US, Russia, Israel, etc., etc., etc.
Exactly.
That's it.
Paddy Pepsi is asking a question there. Can I ask a question? Would new politicians sell us out when the money is on the table? It depends. I could be a new politician, and no, I wouldn't sell you out when the money's on the table. Don't you worry. I'll be a voice that will, and I think we've proven that we can't be bought or we can't be dragged into any of this bullshit.
Yeah, it's
so no. If it's me who gets in, I won't be taking the money.
It depends on the character of the person. If the person is motivated by money, then yes. If they're motivated by power, then yes. If they're motivated by bad intent, then yeah, they'll be bought, or they'll be compromised. It's as simple as that. You have to make yourself uncompromisable, and you also have to accept that you need it clear in your head. You're not doing this for money. That is the last thing that you care about, and no matter what you're offered, that you say no. You know, there have been offers put on the table. We've always said no, because we do this under our own power. So we don't answer to anybody. We're not compromised by anybody. We don't want to be compromised to anybody. Actually, Paul, it wouldn't be a bad idea to actually part of the campaign to say that, figure out what's the minimum amount you can live on, and say the rest of your TD salary is going towards something that you care about in the locality, whether it be boxing club or whatever. And that's, again, that would be a very honest thing to do, to forego the majority of the salary, bar what you actually need to live on.
Yeah. That could be a thought. Yeah, we could sit down and talk about that. Keep sharing it out there, people. Keep sharing it out there. At Fitzy Dub on X, at Anthony Casey, at Rugamorph27, at the Heron YouTube, and or this column YouTube, and at Paul Fitzsimons on Facebook, and yourschannel.com. Thank you very much. Okay, zero good point. Okay. Jaws are all slamming MEPs be good tactic to encourage them to leave the EU. Would shaming the MEPs? Well, the MEPs do nothing.
You've got what? Sean Kelly. Shame. That man doesn't have any shame. What's the other fucking twat? The Rose Tree one. Fucking no shame. What's the other one with the Regina Doherty or whatever? These people have no shame.
No, they haven't. Even the ones before them had no shame.
Don't even have fucking souls.
How would you incentivize local businesses if you were elected? Well, we'd have to incentivize everyone to start buying off these local businesses first. Do you know what I mean? That's
Paul. We have a solution for this, because if you remember our meeting the last year, our Shinadina meeting, there used to be a thing called Guaranteed Irish, and it became a bit of a farce. when they were putting the guaranteed Irish on the meat coming in from Brazil and God knows where and stuff like that. But anyway, Shin Nadina in the coming weeks will be making some announcements. But as part of the strategy moving forward, we're actually going to offer Irish businesses a Shin Nadina logo sticker to say that this is an Irish business, and basically we're going to have a list of these businesses where it is, first of all, safe to buy your food in because it's not halal, etc., and it is going to promote Irish-owned businesses, and we're going to create the new nationalist guaranteed Irish stamp of approval, so to speak. And like I said, businesses can avail of it or not, but if they're willing to put up that sticker, they will get Irish footfall.
If they can't buy it, they might try to end you like they did to Trump. So watch your back.
How many death threats this year?
Jesus, it's like water off a duck's back with me now. I'm being honest with you, man. It's like water off a duck's back. Honestly,
I think
somebody's telling you. I'm going to tell you. If somebody's telling you they're going to kill you, Martin, they're not going to kill you. Trust me. It's the man who doesn't tell you and you just get killed. That's who kills you. Not the man who tells you he's going to kill you, or the men or whoever they think they are.
Yeah.
Far right. That phrase needs to change considering how extreme the left is. Right means most
we're the smart
of the
right. We're not the far right. Yeah, we're the smart right. We talked about that months ago. It's not the far right. We're the smart right.
Yeah, the biggest thing for small businesses is ever increasing rates. You may need to make it clear you are against this when running and talking to small businesses. Yeah, thanks for that, Eddie. Yeah, I will. I'll take that on board, mate.
And
especially down there. What?
Caps on energy prices and tax rebates for energy prices. As in, we're supposed to have this all green network. You know what I mean? That all the windmills, etc. So I want rebates for businesses on energy costs. Irish-owned businesses only. So huge energy rebates.
There's Jerry plays there. Give them a tax break, half or less what foreign businesses pay. Bingo.
The policy, it's in the policies. 40% tax rate
already. Yeah.
40% tax for non-Indigenous, 10% tax rates for Indigenous population.
Yeah, the non-blinking man in the corner. Make cows great again. Real milk, cream, and butter. Yeah, right. Far right means someone who is thinking, someone pointing out the obvious, sobering truths, but everything is labelled nowadays. It's getting boring. It's, as I said, it's like water off. It's all like water off a duck's back off me now. I couldn't give a shit now what they call me. I am who I am. My kids know who I am. My kids know what I'm fighting for. I'm fighting for them. Everyone around me knows what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And why I do it. So if you want to call me that, call me whatever you like. As far as I'm concerned, I'm a good father. I'm a good person, and I'm trying to do my best here for everyone's sake, not just my sake. You know what I mean? So, yeah, call me what you want. Bring it on. I really don't give a shit. Yeah, off a duck's back. Off a duck's back. Yeah, please. Make bacon great again. Exactly, make bacon. Yeah, exactly. Danish bacon, Irish bacon, the whole lot. Said he had no shame. They don't represent the Irish. Need a petition to leave the EU. Yeah, these people are just in there. These are people who voted through legislation all through the years that just got a handy, cushy number in the EU. There's Aidan O'Amadon O'Riordan or whatever his name is. He would not have got, he didn't run because he knew he wasn't getting in that constituency. I'm telling you now, he was not getting in Dublin Bay North. So if you look back on Aidan O'Riordan's history in the Dáil, in 2012, he started off talking about the migrants coming into this country, that too many of them is going to ruin the country and this, that, and the other. 2020, he changed his tune completely. A 360, boom, gone. And he was all for the migrants. I said it at the time. We called it out at the time. I think about 2022. This fella's going to get a handy, cushy number now. You know what I mean? Somewhere. And boom, here we go. He gets voted into Europe. You know? Hate being right all the time. I really do. Who is the best former Irish politician that you would want to emulate? Oh, Jesus. Oh, I don't know. They're all fucking hooks, lads. You know what I mean? They really are, you know?
Haughey, actually. He was
Haughey was better the devil you knew, you know?
He was a small time crook. He was old school corruption, few brown envelopes, liked the fancy meal, liked a nice shirt, but it was pretty benign stuff. It was local politics. Did he do good for the country? He ran a tight ship. Fucking everyone was scared of him. So he's well able to keep the party in line.
Tony Gregory, yeah. No, Tony Gregory would be a man I would have looked up to. Yeah, I would. Yeah, Tony looked after the inner city and whatever. They used to be a slogan, didn't that? Show you a key, I give you a key. That was Tony's one, wasn't it? But,
what was it?
Show us, I give you a key. You know, he was getting houses for people left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
That was the joke. That was the running joke for years. But listen, he worked well. He done great in the community and everything else. Like, you know what I mean? Listen, you're gonna get that shite thrown at you, no matter what. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Tony Gregory would be a good man. If you did half as much for the area as what Tony Gregory did, you'd be doing well. Do not forget also that since 2018 there have been over 31 fires at iPass sites, many within a short period, but no surveillance or a suspect or suspects have ever emerged. No DNA, no eyewitnesses, no anonymous phone calls, not one person ever charged or convicted. Because they didn't happen. That's why. That's 31 of the other things that didn't happen in the last 6 years. So, yeah. You need a political strategist who is not interested in office. Ireland is a long way down the Levitane's gullet already, though. Probably too late.
That's my job.
That's Martin's job, yeah. He built houses, yeah, he did. He built houses. What's a helicopter to between friends? Okay. Tony Gregory, yes, he was great. He was great, yeah. And if you could emulate him a little bit, I tell you, nobody had the stomach to do what needs to be done. Voting won't fix Orange. They're all plastic patriots. Thanks, James. Fair play to you, mate.
The reality is you can't just abandon politics because, like, you can't just start a revolution and overthrow the government. It doesn't work like that. If we were a third world shithole, which we nearly are, you might be able to do it because everybody's got an AK over their shoulder. But you can't. You have to use every single approach, and that's what we do. We do the politics, we do the civic responsibility, and then we do some other stuff as well. It's a case of you have to attack from every single angle, every single vector. There's no point in discarding politics and saying, "Oh, it's not going to work." How do you know it's not going to work? You have to keep trying. You have to keep trying. You have to keep trying. You have to keep trying, even if it's just to be a thorn in the side of the opposition. You know what I mean?
Flame Shep was just writing in that. No, Martin. This is about Charlie High. No, Martin. He was involved in the cover up of the Stardust fire. Yeah.
So I can't think of any other major politicians that would have stood out. Dick Spring would have been the Labour guy that would have been kind of in my circles, in my area when I was growing up. There's nobody else that really jumps out.
Tony Gregory called out the drug dealers very early on, the heroin epidemic in the 80s, yes. And Gerard Hutch was there as well doing that too. So, yeah. Are there any groups like Raise the Colours in England to stop the invader boats? For us,
we don't have a boat issue. We have a UK issue.
We don't have a we have a train issue. What do we do? Derail the bleeding trains. It's the system cannot be fixed. Thanks, Steady Eddie. How do we get the Zoomers making babies again? I don't bleeding know. You need to get a nap. If you can get a nap to show them how to do it again, it might work. You know what I mean? Because they're stuck into the bleeding phones 24/7.
There's an idea, a concept I had for to sort the housing issue. So that plantation thing in Clonmel. Obviously, you could do that an awful lot cheaper. You put those into you build one of those 20 to 50 units in every single town in the country. You offer it to young married couples for a period of 3 years, and they don't pay rent. You pay all your own utilities. You pay the only thing you just don't have rent.
Save up for a house.
You start your family, gives the councils time to build houses, and then after you have your money saved, you have 3 options. You can go and just take the money saved and go buy your own land and build your own house. You can buy a house directly from the council, or you can go into a rent to buy scheme with the council. So there'll be 3 and 4 bedroom semi-detached houses in the town near amenities, but you get 3 years to save. So basically, the couple has to work its fucking arse off, or one lad has to work his arse off for the 3 years. If you don't save the money, tough shit, you're off the program. Goodbye. go fuck yourself, and you'll never get a fucking house. It's only for serious people who are seriously willing to do something good for society. You know what I mean? And have the few kids then as well, when you don't have the big financial pressures. To be reasonable mortgages as well. It's, again, on paper it works. It's all about will of government to do it.
Fair play to you, Martin. People are just like, we have a bus, train, and taxi problem. They are coming in all three. Yeah. Yeah. That's a great idea, Martin. Yeah, that's a great idea. Print your own currency.
Unfortunately,
Lawfully,
it didn't resonate
not
with
legally.
voters. Yeah, it didn't resonate with voters last year because fucking that's what I was basically fucking campaigning on, that concept. But the people of South Tipperary weren't interested.
I want to just play this video for a minute. This was sent in to me by a friend of someone, and it's actually Ferg's house. I'm gonna just play. Hang on.
I think I've seen this earlier. Very good.
Did you see? Can I find it there? Where am I? There I am. There. I'm just gonna play the video.
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Saviour's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth.
Neil.
Lovely. Some voice, hasn't she?
I'll read this in Ferg. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, God, family, and country. I absolutely adore this time of year. I am truly blessed because of who I get to celebrate with. A beautiful wife and our precious children. Family is everything. Fair play to Noel's on for the video, and that was Ferg's wife, Laurie, singing that song as well. So fair play to her. Thanks, Laurie. I'm going to play the Git. Okay, I'm going to play the Git here. Google gaslighting us. Okay, you keep going on and off there, Martin. We'll play the Git.
A comment left under my last video. If you Google crimes committed by Indians in Ireland, it shows you Indians that have been the subject of a crime and not actually ones they committed. The gaslighting is unreal. Crimes committed by Indians in Ireland, and the first thing to appear, why is this happening? Violent attacks terrify Ireland's immigrant community. And when you scroll down, when hate targets the young, racist violence against Indians in Ireland, recent attacks on Indian citizens driven by racism. An apparently racially motivated attack in Tallaght has caused outrage, fear and concern among the Indian community. Wave of racist attacks on Indians in Ireland. Indian Trinity students raised concern over recent racist attacks. 3 officers hurt and 24 arrested during disorder in Dublin. In long welcoming Ireland, racist violence rears its head. This kind of racism used to shock us. Now it's part of normal life. No matter how far you scroll, there's nothing. Ireland's Indian diaspora is shaken by string of violent attacks. Indian woman brutally beaten and called foreign bitch. Ireland-India group receiving daily reports of attacks. An Indian man in his 40s was violently attacked and partially stripped. So if you Google crimes committed by Indians in Ireland, no crimes committed by Indians in Ireland come up. And it's not like they don't commit crimes, because there's a huge growing list. Social media influencer 38 jailed for sexually exploiting teen he mentored at Christian camp. Man who sexually assaulted concert goer at Marley Park given suspended sentence. Gupta. Cork husband, no, I think you mean Indian husband, charged with murder of wife 38. Restaurant owner jailed after he attacked man for speaking Urdu in Indian takeaway. Face of Dublin restaurant owner ordered to pay $143,000 to employee who feared rape at work. Video that nailed pervert who molested schoolgirl on Dublin bus. The list is huge and goes on and on. But Daniel, I'm afraid you're wrong about this, and they're not gaslighting us. Because you forgot the most important detail. They're not Indians anymore. They're Irish now. Born and bred for bland food and foot and turf.
He is he's bang on the money again.
Did you see Piers Morgan fucking talking to Tucker Carlson?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, yeah.
he basically said that fucking all the shit that's happening in the UK is worth it so he can have a curry. That's essentially what he said. These fucking people. These people are just.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, to the Indian community that may be
Diversity.
watching, go home.
Yeah. Diversity is the divide. Divide is the control. Problem, reaction, solutions. It's a narrative. The state specializes in this. You're right. You're dead right, Avril, and we all know this. There's an issue in America about wrongly classifying criminals as white, so to wrongly stack statistics. Yeah, I know. So they're doing it here. Sure. Anthony Casey, if anyone has venue suggestions for a live show, please tag and share us. Somewhere with good lighting and space for a 3 to 5 person orgy. I'll bring a back shave. That's somebody else. I'm reading that. That's somebody else coming in as Anthony Casey. Oh, I'm fucking idiot. Hey, listen.
Who's the back shaver for?
I don't know. Someone must have a hairy back.
Yes, all this.
Paul, will you play something on the old piano there, please? Yeah. I will in the world. Pierce Morgan is a muppet. Yeah, that's not Anthony. I know it's not Anthony. I know now it's not Anthony. I just saw it coming up. Enoch Burke should run. Somebody said it to me, the Enoch Burke song. I don't know whether I have it there or not. Have I? I might have. Then again, I don't know where it is. I probably pulled it down weeks ago. No, I haven't got it. Enoch Burke should run. He's been running all week. The only league in Coram on Thursday or Wednesday, whatever day it was. Fair play to him. Right, I'm gonna just a UK rapist wins a case. When you hear this, when you hear this, this is the UK, right?
You're not going to believe this one. A convicted rapist just won a High Court case and could now get compensation. Not the victim, him. A man with more than 50 offences. Someone who served time for rape and sexual assault. He's just convinced a judge that his electronic tag made him depressed. And the government might have to pay him for it. If that sentence makes your blood boil, good. But here's where it gets even worse. This is not some rogue decision. This is what happens when a government pretends it can deport people but never actually does it. They tried to deport this man years ago. Turkey refused to take him back, so the Home Office just kept him here anyway. And instead of admitting they had no plan, they slapped an electronic tag on him for years and hoped nobody noticed. The judge said that's unlawful. Why? Because you can only put someone on immigration bail if there's a realistic chance of removal. And the government couldn't show one. They've been bluffing for almost a decade. So now this man gets to say his human rights were breached. He gets to claim it ruined his mental health. And the court agrees the state broke the law. So now we, the public, pick up the bill. And this isn't a one-off. Courts have been ruling for more than a year that the Home Office is running an unlawful tagging system. It's full of errors, delays and pointless bureaucracy. The only people who keep winning in court are the offenders. Meanwhile, victims are ignored. Police are underfunded and the people running the system shrug and move on to their next press release. Tell me how that's justice. Tell me why a man with over 50 convictions gets his day in court and money on the table while British taxpayers get nothing but excuses. And please spare me the lectures about compassion. Compassion should start with the victims, not the rapist. If the state can't even deport a repeat offender, what exactly is it protecting us from? Drop your thoughts. Should foreign nationals convicted of rape ever be allowed to stay in this country? Should they be able to sue for compensation? Or is the real scandal the fact that our government is so incompetent it creates these payouts in the first place? Comment, share, make some noise, because if we stay quiet, nothing changes.
Yeah. Someone was just saying that I was getting lunch in an Irish-owned centre. Went in the other day and all of the staff was Indian or Pakistani buying up everything. Is there any way to find out who owns a shop or business? Well, didn't we get a little bit of information this evening now that they've taken out the directors off the lists of when you're trying to do a search for who are directors of companies now? They've taken it off the register.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're making it harder to find out who owns what. The easiest thing to do is walk in and ask. Walk in and ask who owns this, who runs it. Can I speak to the manager, please? And just see who comes out. Yeah.
Human rights lawyers around the world. You need to listen to Carl Benjamin about this stuff. The human rights lawyers worldwide are at this stuff.
It's a gravy train. It's just it's a circular economy. It's money, 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 and because it's government money that these human rights lawyers are being paid, it's endless. It's endless. You know what I mean? So, yep, another problem that needs to be fixed. A non-national in Ireland convicted of a sex crime should be put into general population in prison for a prolonged period of time. He should be offered no protection whatsoever, and he should get the living shit kicked out of him every single day until he decides he's had enough and he wants to get on the plane and fuck off back to whatever shithole he came from. But there has to be severe consequences for serious crime, sexual offences against children, murders, etc., etc. Serious crime needs to go back to having extremely serious punishments. I actually wouldn't be adverse to labor camps for offenders for crime. Get them to fucking do something. Fucking sit in a bike and pedal and generate electricity or something like that, or fucking something fucking demeaning and horrible. Yeah, we need crime. Crime can only be stomped out with harsh punishments, and for the most part, the justice system is too soft on serious crime.
You know it there. Yes, the Indian community watching. In fact, anyone that's originally from a different country, this is Ireland. You have your own country, go home. Exactly, I agree. I agree with Martin. Get them digging ditches. Yes, exactly. Chain gangs. Get the chain gang going again. That's what we'll be doing.
You can modernize the concept and make prison. But listen, fucking prison is a cakewalk for most people now. Fucking a lot of people who come over here for asylum are happy to go to prison. 3 meals a day, fucking housed, fed, watered, PlayStations, fucking entertainment.
You come out the size of Blade and Arnold Schwarzenegger, yeah, it's great. We could all go into prison for a few bleeding weeks just to get our shit together. You know what I mean? Come out, yeah.
Fucking covered in prison tats.
off the smokes and the fucking traps on you that knock someone out. Get up out of that.
Big fucking sore hole on you.
No. I said your traps would be yours. There'd be nothing wrong with mine is be still water to it. Don't you worry me. Don't you bleeding worry.
But the whole judicial system needs to be fucking overhauled. The prison service needs to be looked at. We're supposed to have another prison built at this stage. Work camp, that's good. Yeah, work camps could be for rehabilitation. Absolutely, teach them skills while getting 8 hours labor per day out of them. Kerry is swamped. It is absolutely fucking swamped. Did I see something that fucking 1 in 10 people in Kerry is Ukrainian? Is that true?
That's I'd
1
say
in
probably
10.
more. I'd say more.
Yeah, and the Indian and Pakistani community has gone absolutely out of control in Kerry as well, which is funny because I can't figure out where they're all working. You can understand it in the cities where
they're not all working. They're on the labour.
Yeah,
you don't need to work.
It's strange. You understand it in cities because there is big multinationals, there's factories, etc., and stuff like that. But in more rural towns where there isn't a big factory or there isn't a big employer. What are they doing? Where the fuck are they working? And they are working, like, you know what I mean? You can tell, you'd imagine they're working. They're doing. Do you know what it is? Is it the fucking wives are working in the hospitals and the husbands are fucking twiddling their thumbs at home?
I don't know. It's 8 years in India for someone illegally entering the country, 10 years in Pakistan, 2 years community service in Russia, and in the West, it's anything you like. Prisons are full up. Yeah, they are full up. Spike Island should be used as a detention centre. I've said it all along. Bring them into Spike Island, process them in there, and get them back out on the next ferry or wherever it is, back to fucking England or wherever they are. That's it. Good luck to you. They don't even land. That's it. Sorry. Women in politics, yes or no? The EU is kind of cooked because of women, yes or no?
Yes, I'm going to get a lot of heat for this. Okay, the white liberal woman is the most dangerous animal on the planet. it has caused more harm in the last 30 years, 40 years even, than any other type of creature in existence. White liberal women should not be allowed anywhere near political or policy making decisions, because they're toxic creatures, normally quite wealthy and completely untouched by the decisions that they actually make. So yeah, no, it's a no for me. And there should be no quotas in politics at all. Best candidates go out. Whoever gets the votes gets the votes. As long as the election is fair and clear and the counting is fair and clear, then no quotas in politics. None of this shit of, oh, we have to have 30% women or 25% women or 50% women or like that. No.
Okay. 53,000 migrants and nobody knows where they are. This is in the UK as well. I'll play this when we come back.
53,298. And you're probably wondering, what am I going on about? What is 53,298? Well, that's the number of foreign nationals that have crossed the channel and were in the Home Office system, but now they've just announced they don't know where they are. So 53,298 have suddenly disappeared, largely referring to illegal migrants that were in the system. They were in the system at one point, 53,298, but now they don't know where they are. So now we've got tens of thousands of people, predominantly men, 90% men, are crossing the channel, that were in the system of the Home Office but now have disappeared into the United Kingdom. It's not scary. Tens of thousands. No, we don't know who they are, where they come from, what their backgrounds are, what their criminal records are. They've vanished. And in addition to that, which is even more worrying, foreign prisoners that were released from prison and were due to be deported back to their home countries, 792 have also absconded and disappeared into the countryside, into the United Kingdom. These figures were released from the Home Office yesterday after Rupert Lowe MP pressured them for the numbers. And in addition to that, we're still not getting any figures from the government on migrant crime. They will not release that data. I'm suspecting those numbers of migrant crime currently within the UK are astronomical, absolutely huge.
I'm your daddy.
No, you're not.
But you know where they are, Paul.
What?
You know where they are, these missing lads in the UK. They're all fucking here.
Of course they are, yeah. That's where they are, yeah. But this is what Rupert Lowe had to say. This must be what he's talking about.
Personally, I'm not jabbed. I wouldn't touch those experimental mRNA and gene therapy experiments, which I think, as you know, there's a lot of concern about it from quite a lot of medical people now. Now we've got, in the States, we've got Kennedy. He's going to be exposing a lot of this stuff, as I think Donald Trump is keen to see. So
I got them. I got the vaccine.
Let's just get the truth. I mean, I've got friends who've had myocarditis, you know, who have had blood clots, who've had all sorts of problems as a result of the COVID jab, strokes.
I still believe in vaccinations, but the problem for me is that no one on that side will even talk about that there might have been problems with it, you know. So I'm open to the idea there might have been problems. I got vaxxed a bunch of times. I'm all right, but I understand, you know, these things are very complicated.
Well, you're all right today, but who knows what the long-term effects are going to be. But look, I'm not a medical expert, but my instinct was not to have it. Again, I think we'd all accept the fact that it was very difficult not to have it because the state tried to force people to have it.
Well, that's not on.
Whether it was the NHS, whether it was, you know, Matt Hancock, whether it was, you know, people who said it was your duty to have it because you might kill Granny or whatever.
Trudeau.
I mean, as the Trudeau, the World Economic Forum Brigade. But I think what should have happened is, quite simply, we should have said to those people who are vulnerable, you're vulnerable, isolate yourselves. Anders Tegnell got it right in Sweden. It's a fact. You know, he didn't lock down. Sweden's economy hardly missed a heartbeat, whereas ours has been decimated. Young people have been hugely affected by it. I mean, it's very difficult For those young people, it disrupted their lives at a crucial period in their education. So I think the knock-on effects of it have been huge, but I don't think that those who made those decisions are ready to admit that they got it wrong for a host of reasons.
That was the start of it there, Rupert Lowe. He's talking about that. Videos now this evening. We go through them first in a minute. I have. This is a study from a whole country. Okay, this is telling you exactly what's happening here. It's from a whole country, lads. You know what I mean?
You couldn't get a stronger study than this. Every single resident in South Korea was in this study. Every single one. And so what do they do in this study? Well, they, again, compared who got the vaccine, they compared it to who didn't, and they stratified by dose number. But the shocking thing about this study is, before we dig into it, is this is the strongest signal that we have to date that vaccine-acquired immunodeficiency syndrome is real, or what's called VAIDS. So what happened in this study was as each dose was incurred among these South Koreans, so they get 1 dose, 2 dose, 3 dose, 4+ doses, each time they got another dose, their immune function dropped off. And they suffered, when you reached the 4th dose, you started to suffer about 550% increased risks of other infections, common cold, tuberculosis, and upper respiratory tract infections. It was an absolute travesty. And you know who was affected the most was young children, ages 0 to 19. They had the highest risks of these other infections. So what's happening is these injections are causing immune collapse. They're exhausting the T cells. They're causing immune dysregulation, what's called IgG4 class switching. The immune system literally becomes dysfunctional. And as our other studies indicated, genes related to immune function literally become shut down. And so this is very disturbing. And again, you can't get a stronger sample size than an entire country.
We just got dropped. Did you see that? Can you hear me? Yeah.
I had to move. I had to plug the phone in.
Yeah, can you hear me there? Yeah. But my whole internet just got dropped there a minute ago. Yeah. So that's that study. Okay. And then we have. No, that's not him. I don't want Rupert Lowe. I have Peter McCullough. This is about 2 autopsy of 2 young kids who died within days of each other from getting it.
In these cases, what happened is boys, they're teenage boys, they took shot number 1, they took shot number 2, and on days 3 and 4, clockwork, exactly what Tracy Hogue showed in UC Davis, the boys are found dead at home. They're found dead. Parents are obviously devastated. The coroner gets involved. And they have University of Michigan pathologists get involved, University of Minnesota pathologists get involved, and they do a thorough autopsy. They don't find Takotsubo. They don't find subarachnoid hemorrhage. They find myocarditis in the heart. And they show inflammatory cells in the heart. Interestingly, in the case number 2, that's in the figures, there's actually inflammation of what's called the cells around the capillaries called pericytes. So that matches exactly what Avolio and colleagues shown in the preclinical paper, that the spike protein in the human heart affects the pericytes, the support cells around capillaries and cardiomyocytes. So there's clearly inflammation, and there's this superimposed catecholamine effect, which I'm not surprised. When these boys at home who had cardiac arrests, and these are healthy boys, there must have been a massive surge of catecholamines. There must have been a struggle. Maybe they sought help. Maybe they were struggling to get on the phone or a cell phone. They knew something was going down, and then finally they just went down and they died. There was no one there. So the important point is there was no opportunity for CPR. There was no opportunity to call 911.
Right.
It was cardiac death. Now, we don't know if the boys were previously that day playing basketball. We know in the setting of myocarditis that physical activity is out. And this triggering of cardiac death with exertion is well known in myocarditis. It's so well known that our guidelines say don't trigger it. But these autopsies are conclusive. They died of myocarditis. They died exactly when we thought it would after the vaccines. Now, it follows on a paper by Choi that showed that in a 22-year-old Korean man who died after Pfizer. Now, he had chest pain for 5 days before he went to the hospital. He died within 7 hours in the hospital. And it follows on a paper by Verma from St. Louis that was in the New England Journal of Medicine last summer with a fatal case. And they showed the histopathology. And I was on national TV recently asked to comment on this. And I can tell you, my point is, where are the FDA warnings now that upgrade myocarditis that it could be fatal? Shouldn't parents and young adults consenting for the vaccines know that they could get myocarditis? The FDA already says this with Pfizer and Moderna, that in fact the vaccines cause myocarditis. There's no controversy here. They're saying it causes they need to say that it can cause myocarditis and it can take your life.
See, they never told anyone this, you know what I mean? Nobody was told this. And now I'm going to finish up with this one here of a doctor in the US calling for them to be taken off.
She just exposed what they don't want you to know.
The COVID shot is all risk, no benefit, and any other product would have been pulled off the market a long time ago. The majority of our leaders and elected officials know this. They're ignoring CDC recommendations. They're not getting shots, and they wouldn't dare give them to their child or their grandchild, yet they stay silent. If the shots aren't safe enough for them, if they're not safe enough for their children, then why are they safe enough for everyone else? My organization, Americans for Health Freedom, is gathering a growing list of politicians who have the moral courage to simply state the COVID shot should be pulled off the market. Please share this with your representatives and urge them to sign our pledge.
Mary Tally Bowden is her name as well, if you want to go looking at any of her stuff, but she's calling this out all the time. And what I will say is, people, it's not just the COVID vaccines either, okay? The flu shots, the flu jabs, these ones here now, I'm going to play a video on this here, and this man drops it. I'm telling you now, he drops some bombs here, like the flu shots, the hidden truth that's making you sicker, backed by studies. This guy has studied it, and he has the packet insert. He's going to talk about it. So it's 2 minutes long.
I thought we'd revisit this year's flu shot. Here's the package insert. Flu Zone, 25-26 calendar year. Let's take a peek and see what's in it. Let's start with Section 5, Warnings and Precautions. Guillain-Barré syndrome, allergic reactions, immunocompetence problems, limited vaccine effectiveness, right under the warning section. But wait, there's more. Post-marketing experience. This is Section 6.2. These are all the problems that they've seen since the product has been released into the general population. Thrombocytopenia, that's low platelet count, lymphadenopathy, swollen lymph nodes, anaphylaxis, that's a severe allergic reaction, Guillain-Barré syndrome, and Bell's palsy. What about the ingredients? That's Section 11 under description. Let's take a look. I thought we got rid of mercury-derived preservatives, but it says right here, the multi-dose vial, that's usually the products that big hospitals and corporations use so they can get multiple doses out of one vial, contains thimerosal, a mercury-derived preservative. Each shot contains 12.5 micrograms of mercury, but also formaldehyde and oxyphenol ethoxylate. What's that? It's used in industrial cleaners, detergents, agricultural chemicals, and it acts as an endocrine disruptor. And finally, my favorite section, 13.1. Fluzone has not been evaluated for carcinogenic or mutagenic potential or impairment of fertility. Translation, we don't know if this stuff causes cancer or can impair your fertility. There you have it. Informed Consent Friday. Now you know. You can't make this stuff up. Have a great Friday. Take care.
Oh, God. I've just posted that video there on X. I've just posted it in there. Somebody asked there, what was it called? what was the name of that video? So
Blues on.
what was the name of that blue shot video, Paul? So I've just put it into the comments there, okay? It's on X, so you can go in there and look at yourself. His name is, it's actually Dr. Valerie Ann Smith. So yeah, go in there and have a look yourselves. But at 216, I think we nearly, my father had an excellent health check and blood test normal. I advised my parents to do this. I wasn't allowed to travel to Spain to hold his hand. I pray my children have not compromised health. I hope so too. What could possibly go wrong? But there's that there. That's in there, Valerie Ann Smith. I just gargled some whiskey whenever someone sneezes around me. You'd be hoping people are sneezing around you.
No, it works. It works. The alcohol is very good. It's very good for dental hygiene as well. The little swishy whiskey.
Yeah. I'm going to play the Ballad of Enoch Book and then we finish up, yeah?
Yeah.
Someone asked for us to play it there, so I will play it. It's a good song.
He stood in a classroom, his Bible in hand, with values he learned from his own Irish land. They told him to speak in a way he found wrong, to bow to a lie just to get along. He said, I won't bend, I won't change the truth, I won't call a girl a lad in her youth. They warned him in court, they ordered him down, but he stood like a rebel alone in the town. They jailed him in silence, no crime on the slate, just words he refused to regurgitate. No weapon he carried, no fire he threw, but they locked him away for the words he knew. His bank was then frozen, his wages were gone. They laughed on the news as they pushed him along. They mocked his beliefs, said he's out of his mind, but the madmen are those who jail him for kind. The judge in the wig with the cold icy stare said rights have no place when the law isn't fair. They stripped him of voice, they stripped him of name, but his silence rang louder than their legal shame. He stood not with hate, nor with anger or sword. He stood for his conscience, his faith and the Lord. And whether you're with him or think he's a fool, you'll be next when they change what's allowed in the school. No bomb in his hand, no threat in his eyes, just a man who refused to repeat their disguise. They jailed him for words he would not repeat, and buried him quiet beneath legal deceit. This isn't a tale of left versus right, it's the tale of a man who said no to the fight. He wouldn't pretend, he wouldn't comply, so they dragged him away and they let him lie. The press called him mad, the state said he's done, but truth doesn't burn in the heat of the sun. You may not agree with the stand that he took, but someday you'll stand where they burned the book. So light up a candle for one who stood still when the whole bloody system bent to the will, and pray for a time when a man can say no without fear of a jail or a public show.
That was a great song, and it was by a guy called Liam O'Doherty. Liam O'Doherty. So that's who it is that sings it. So fair play. Thanks very much.
Very
You
good.
sent that in. You won't get that song played. They're all bought and paid government shills to fucking lot of them. Well, that's why we need to be putting them out. That's why I put out Stevens, and we put out Air One as well. And the Devoid of Air, we'll play that on Wednesday night probably.
Yeah, we don't need mainstream media. We should actually look at doing an entertainment show as well, not just the politics and serious stuff. We should actually, even with to showcase Orla's videos about businesses and stuff like that, kind of an ear to the ground type show, that kind of way. Lighter hearted stories and promoting Irish businesses and promoting Irish talent and Irish products as well. If you have a fucking small business, startup business that you're making stuff and selling it, give us a shout. We'll give you an ad spot maybe.
I don't know whether you'll see this or not. Someone just asked me to play this. This must be the vaccines. This is a child. If you vaccinate in the first 6 years of life, your child receives the following. Do you see this here? I'm just going to play this. After 3 vaccines at a routine wellness visit, Melody passed away 2 days later. Sudden death is listed as a side effect from all 3 vaccines.
First birthday in July.
Everything about her was just pure light. She loved to dance. She loves her sister.
3 months later, the 15-month-old toddler from Greenwood Lake died 2 days after a routine well visit and 3 vaccines.
The final result was the cardiac arrest. It just completely shut her entire body down.
Catherine Palumbi says her daughter showed no signs that anything was wrong until that day. Hospital records show the baby suffered organ failure.
They brought me into the room. I watched. I was just seeing her laying there. They said time of death, 11:13. And I just completely hit the floor. They put the cross in here and everything.
These are the flowers from her funeral. Yes. We reached out to the Herbert Kanya Group in Warwick, where Melody was seen, but they declined to comment. According to the CDC, up to 10 vaccines are recommended for 15-month-olds. And Melody's records show she had 3 for varicella, DTaP, and Hib. Catherine believes they were too much for her daughter's body to handle.
Trust your gut and don't let them push anything onto your children.
I wonder what's the vaccine schedule for kids in Ireland like now? Must have I'll have a look into that. We might put that out next week, and just go through some of the stuff that the hospitals are pushing on newborns in Ireland and seeing what the side effects are. I can't hear you, Paul. You muted.
Yeah, sorry. They give them a hepatitis B vaccine at day 1. Why do you need to give a child a hepatitis B vaccine unless its mother has hepatitis?
I don't know.
Yeah. 10 vaccines for little toddlers. It is insane. It's insane. It really is. No jab. Any vaccine is too much. Any vaccine is too much. Yes. Ireland has a concentrated vax program. Yes, it has. Right, guys. The what? Yeah, well, we'll have a look through it and we'll see if we can. This is not showing me what's coming. There's where we want to be.
Let it roar.
That's the one I want to have. Let it roar.
Right. Good night, all.
Martin, we'll talk to you in the morning. Night and God bless.
I'm going to jump off straight away.
Thank
you.
you.
I'm not hanging around in the green room. All right. We'll talk to you.
See you later. He's gone off there. But yeah, thanks very much for everyone. Sexually transmitted Hep B, why give it to babies using the USA and now in the UK and Ireland chickenpox jab? Yes. Brilliant. The whole cabal. Ihama. Good night, folks. Night and God bless. Well, folks, as I say every night, the truth is like a lion. You don't have to defend it. You just let it loose and it will defend itself. Good night and God bless.